Wait, I can see... No, I can't see Mac.
I'm
Okay.
just killing stuff in the place where
To the Fields of Unrest.
a boss here.
Well, wait for us. We did have an issue previously where we killed a boss when Max wasn't nearby, but... Choo-choo. How do I train?
Get to the gym.
Aha.
Oh.
Oh, that's a lot of powerful looking bad guys. I like this character because mostly I just run away from the mobs and my train kills everything. Sometimes I press button A, sometimes I press button B. And if my train would just pull aggro, it would be perfect. And unfortunately, it does not.
I've said before we should have a time when we ever go at World of Warcraft just because.
Well, yeah. I mean,
I know you said it's a bit too much like the old days, but you know.
Well, no. I mean,
I never was there for that.
WoW Classic is
that's the point.
amazing. It really is, but it's slow and time consuming.
Yeah, I had to go playing LockDown the other day, and yeah, I'd lost my main character. Oh shit! I lost my character, so I had to.
Yeah, because we tried to go back to Lotra, but I couldn't work out, like, their system to recover your accounts doesn't work anymore, so I was unable to. I'm like, but I had the deluxe edition, I've still got the box and everything.
Yeah, I was a founder, so my founder account has a. Basically, the way they've done it is they push the subscription into the future.
Yes.
The subscription expires at some point in the future. I'm not doing enough damage to even touch this bloke, for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, Malcolm, are you alright?
Oh, crap.
Yeah, I was just killing stuff. I was fighting. I'm now just done. I'm coming to you. We're both in the Field of Unrest, are you?
Yes, but we're right at the entrance for Unrest, dealing with about 3 names all simultaneously.
How'd you do that? You went to Travail's Point and then went backwards?
Yeah, I went to Travail's Point and then you just walked forward. No, went forwards, about 4 feet.
Okay.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, I just restarted it. Yes, both streams are up now. Don't forget to use your potions though, Max.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Quite a lot of mobs here.
Well, let my mortar deal with them.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
spawning ads the bit the
Don't think
boss
so.
mobs.
I'm doing like 1 damage, 2 damage, 3 damage. If they just like, was it that the Xbox had a completely broken ridiculous mode or something?
Probably 8.
8.
Perfect.
I wish I was doing 8 damage. How about you, Malcolm? How much are you doing per hit?
Tell me.
Well, do you not get the numbers?
No.
Wow, that was a lot of loot though. My gold.
I'm pressing A to revive and nothing's happening.
No, you just. No, it's alright. I'll do it.
Oh,
You do get.
It says press A to revive. Look, I can't revive myself. Yeah, press the button on there. It says A to revive.
So many green. Oh, greens aren't good ones, are they? At what point? It's center pet. Okay. Interesting. Plus 1.8 health on killing a goblin. Like 1.8 health, I probably wouldn't bother with. 1.8 health on killing a goblin, I really cannot be bothered with. Oh man, none of that gear was any good.
I got a snacko stick.
Delicious.
Sure I can eat that. Yeah, that's the worst. What I've got? Oh, maybe the boots are a bit better. It's a bit what? Oh, I've got 3.8 health regen per second. I'll have those. The shields, which I don't think my character uses. Can I ride on your train?
No, I can't either though, so don't feel bad.
No.
You're not tall enough, you must be this tall to ride my train. So I need to get to level 10 because then I can get a shotgun car. Oh, mutually exclusive with the shield car. That's fine because the shield car is rubbish and I hate it.
Oh, you're supposed to. Is that the shield car?
That's a shield car, yeah. So I can pop a shield up and it's just awful. But yeah, that was 2 named packs at once. Oh,
Very
pet.
hard work with the DPS we were doing.
Yeah, but it was alright. We did it. Let's set my pet home.
Eventually. So is ridiculous mode supposed to be very, very hard, or very just?
This is the hardest. This is the hardest mode that the game supports. Yeah, I know. Like, I understand that this game is supposed to be balanced better and accessible and everything, but if I choose the ultimate ridiculous mode, I should get spanked down in a hilarious fashion unless I'm really good. Just make the top difficulty so difficult no one can possibly do it, unless you are
How do you
super
start
good.
the game on that difficulty?
You don't. That's the point. You make sure the hardest difficulty is as hard as it can possibly be, and then all the other difficulties, go down from there. But if this is the hardest, I mean, mobs hit quite hard, but not that hard.
But we should be deterred from starting at this difficulty.
Well, not until we know the game inside and outwards, certainly. Which I don't.
Okay.
No.
That's cool.
I was all excited about green items, but they're not good ones.
I'm just not taking any damage. This guy's not a threat.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of health.
I feel the time to kill and time to die have not been balanced particularly well.
So this stage I was like, loot everything, fix it, look at it later.
Well, if it's a blue... Ooh, plus 12% damage with a mortar car. I think so.
Use shield?
I
Oh, it's not
don't
for
know.
you.
I've got like a owl in my offhand. Malcolm, are you topless? What is wrong with you?
No, I don't think so. Maybe.
You? Oh no, it's not you. Max is topless. Sorry.
What?
Yeah. If you stay still, you can. I don't know how you. I can zoom in and out. Oh no, you're half
Yeah.
topless.
I've got like a sort of...
A half.
I
Yeah.
know.
It's
Like a
you just,
gimpy shirt.
a gimpy shirt. Absolutely. Just-
Skimpy. I said,
a skimpy. That's yeah. Either or. Oh, more names. Name spiders. Long widow. But there have been complaints about the new Doom expansion because people are claiming it's too easy. So people who've done nothing but play Doom Eternal for a year are complaining the hardest difficulty isn't hard enough. And they're whining because they didn't nerf the first expansion, they just rebalanced it so it wasn't quite so ridiculous. But you got the issue where say people who've done nothing but play the game are complaining it's no longer challenging.
well, that's an interesting thing, isn't it? Where you've got a game that's been out for a while. If you get onto it straight away and jump on it straight away, you're leveled. Then you can take advantage of it being sort of in a broken state and potentially exploit a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
it depends on how much you play, I suppose. But those who don't get that advantage, like, oh, this is
Well-
really hard. Those made it harder. Great. Thanks.
Even outside of gear, like if you've been playing the game since it came out, then you're going to be better at something like. But imagine I just bought Doom Eternal. If I bought Doom Eternal, I can polish off the story in let's say 10 hours. First expansion 5 hours, second expansion 5 hours. I'll only have 20 hours in the game. Whereas you compare that to someone who's done nothing else but play Doom Eternal since it's come out, who has several thousand hours in the game. So why would you possibly balance it against only people who have barely done anything else? It's just daft. Scrawny has found Thompson's motivator. I quite like that. If only I knew what Thompson's motivator was, I might like it even more.
It's staff.
Yeah, but I don't know that. Why? Like, and we can't trade as far as we can tell. So why are you telling me you've got better loot?
Just to wind you up.
Ah, fair enough.
I don't know. There's nothing I can do.
Because Borderlands did this. It would send me messages saying that you'd picked up an improved weapon and stuff, which was quite cool. You're like, oh, you've got a this or a that. But I'm just not sure of the point why you would do it
Well, you're joking.
in a game where, as far as I can tell, we can't trade any loot at all. So is it just that we've accidentally stacked loads of armor and not DPS? No, these are dying pretty quick now, actually. When they're not named, they're easy. Yeah, my train is one-shotting them.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
What's
fra-
level up,
Oh, phrase I thought I'd hear.
Your train is. Your train is here, but it's not. It's teleported.
But yeah, I was trying to think of a game I could do, just a quick game, just to do a ray traced game, because I'd like to do a ray traced game, and I just couldn't think of anything. Maybe Zarch, maybe Vaccine, but something old and 8 or 16-bit. Yeah, a simple game, but just using
Pang.
ray trace. Pang is one, because that's just spheres. Anything with spheres is good. Planes are
I
good.
enjoyed Pang.
Boxes
I
is
really
not.
did enjoy Pang.
Yeah, Pang's
Played
great.
that on the Commodore.
Yeah, we've got Pang at the arcade. Great game.
Very clever because it's very. It's one of those games where it's easy to play, hard to master. You know?
Yes.
Well, not that hard, but you know, it's hard enough to be a challenge.
Oh, it gets hard. It gets very hard. Yeah.
Yeah. You also get the power ups to sort of freeze time and pop all the bubbles things. And when you're playing with someone who hasn't got a clue, you're like, oh come on, just get the bubbles. You know.
We know
Just
Pang
you
is.
die the entire levels over and things. Like, oh come on, let's be better than that.
Pang is always one of the games for whatever reason. It was very popular amongst the female crowd at the arcade. Don't know why, but always was. I don't know if it's the art style, the bubbles, whatever. I have no idea why. Yeah, my mortar car is like one-shotting stuff.
I found some mobs up here. Sorry.
I'm just It says go to Wide Load. So we're looking for a place called Wide Load's Lair. Wide Load. The teleporter's by me, Max, which is up in the northeast.
Right. I shall join you momentarily. I've just found a load of loot. Oh my fac is full. How do we send it to the dog?
It says in the bottom right, X for me.
Send a bet. Yes, you're right.
But I'd much rather my character
Doing any damage?
fired 4 times as fast for 1/4 times. I went pew pew pew, click click, reload, run, pew, shot, 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 shot.
Thompson's motivator is a rare mace. Does ice damage apparently.
Yeah, but I get that. But I just don't know why it's told me you've got it. Like I don't know what it is, so that's not very helpful in of itself.
Where'd you go?
Up and right.
Okay.
I'm looking for. Well, I'm at the teleport. I'm at the teleport location.
How do I send? Oh, how do I send the pet to?
It's
down
in the
there?
top left. It says, for me, it's up
Oh,
arrow,
there we
up on the D-pad.
Ah yes, off you go, dog. Why would you go for a dog you wanted to get rid of?
You're not getting rid of it. You're just sending it away. It's a command.
Yeah, but that's not.
It's because dogs don't understand English.
I've never gone. Come here. I've always gone. Wait, bugger off.
Yeah, well, they don't. Well, that's why you struggle with dogs because they don't speak English. I had this with my Dutch guildmates. They were talking Dutch to the cats. I'm like, I'm 90% sure that the cats don't speak English. I'm pretty sure on that, but I'm 100% sure they don't speak Dutch.
I found a thing. Yeah. There's a teleport.
See you guys on the map. That's the weird thing. Yeah. Oh, hello. Who's that?
On the big map.
That's me.
Yeah, sometimes you can, but only quite close by.
Yeah.
Oh, there's lots of enemies here.
So do you have was Grim Dawn free? By the way, I can't remember.
I think it did go free at one point. I'm not permanently free, but I think it was out free at some point.
Because I've got Grim Dawn. I've gone back to it a few times, and every time I've gone, But it's the same people who did Titan Quest, and it disappoints me that it's just. I don't know. Titan Quest is lovely. Like it's beautiful. You run around the Greek sunshine, killing weird Greek mythical monsters and stuff. It's so lovely. Whereas Grim Dawn's set in like Victorian London, and there's quite frankly a shithole. It's like
Hellgate London.
Yes, well, which is set in
Also shit
futuristic London, which is also a shithole. But yeah, it's like the difference between Doom 3 and Crysis. They're fundamentally the same game in many ways, but one of them takes place on a beautiful desert island, and one of them literally takes place in the bowels of hell. So one of them is a lot nicer game to be in. I think it's something that a lot of game developers, hello Redora, don't realise is that sort of. Sometimes you want a game that's just nice to be there. I think Red Dead had a bit of that, didn't it? It's just nice to be in wherever hell Red Dead was set. Yeah, so the yellow, the names are awfully hard to kill. Oh, thank you for the follow, Fiery Flame 2020. Wait, how long have you had your account? You're a new Twitch person. Wait, why can't I shoot this guy? Why is he invulnerable? What's going on?
I don't even know where you are, Adam.
I'm top
Oh, I
right.
can see death down here. Oh, blue.
I've just been heading up and right. Oh, there you are. You all found me.
Yeah, I found you. Doesn't tell us on the map where you are. We just have to kind of walk around to aimlessly until we find you.
Dora is... No, she's gone. Dora's... Oh, wait. Dora's there. Yeah, see, when I'm nearby, you can see me, but when I'm off, it should show you just an arrow going, he's roughly this way. Oh, here's a question mark. Does that mean a quest? Or does it mean this is a tree? I'm hitting this tree. Well, good.
Already got a quest to kill the tree.
Oh, right.
Well,
I think the quests in this game are too easy, then. Go kill a tree. All right, then.
So to tell you that when you're killing a mob, it's got a minion pack.
things hurt.
Yes.
Not lots, but they do.
Get inside my shield.
That'll make all the difference.
Oh, I don't know. Might do. You don't know, doesn't?
No, no, no. Is it an aggro shield?
It's just a shield. It's purple. That helps. Yeah, I'll have to have a think back to some of the very, very old games I played as a child. Ones where they didn't really throw around very many graphics. Like, really, really, really didn't. So I looked at Zarch. Zarch slows down when there's about 3 things on the screen. So it drops from about 15 frames a second to about 8. So, you know, they really did have... We did get spoiled by games. Now, how even the crap ones, how very good they are.
Lemmings.
Yes, Lemmings is a good one. Not
When
sure
I got
about...
my first computer, it came with an hour's computer training.
Came with an hour's computer training.
Yeah, and I said, how do you play Lemmings?
Did they tell
The
you?
sound card came with Lemmings, so I was like, oh, how do you play Lemmings?
Oh, that's a little bit more nasty.
Well, the print is hurting. Well, tell them to bring it up. Don't stand in the fire.
Fortunately, I don't think I could do ray trace Lemmings, much as I might like to.
Wouldn't Signosis have something to say about that anyway?
Well, no, because it wasn't Psygnosis when he published it. It was DMA Design who wrote it. DMA Design are now Rockstar Games. They renamed themselves for some weird reason. But to be fair, DMA Design is a little bit nerdy. Even back then. Now it's super nerdy.
Check memory access.
Yeah, which you don't do these days. It's not. It's just kind of gone.
Well, you do.
Well, you don't. I mean, you don't specifically talk to the DMA controller with special requests. Like everything's got a DMA controller. You don't. You could use the DMA to do it for you, or you could handle the request yourself. Well, thank you, Hakamida. I thank you. I hope you are going to at least have a look at the remaster of the old Fortress Craft, and then I have another game coming out for a third party, and then I shall be starting again on Fortress Craft Phoenix. Thank you, I'm glad you like it. And thanks for saying hi, I always appreciate that. My pet's fine.
Hi.
Every time it says my pet's hurting, I just send him away. Alright then.
Oh, I think my pet died.
Oh no.
Timer for mine. You dropped a really good weapon and you can't have it. Really? I can't loot the dead corpses of my enemies. Allegedly.
Oh, there's a question mark up that way.
Is it the right way up, or is it like a Spanish question mark?
Well, Spanish have the question mark upside down at the beginning and right around the other far end.
I know, it's a great idea. It means you know if it's a sentence. So if you're reading the sentence out loud, you know it's a question when you start, rather than going, oh, it's a question right at the end.
Yeah.
Well, here's the Trial of Fire, which we don't need, but we can do it.
We do. I've got a mission for it.
I don't. I have got go to Wirelow's lair and go to Travail Point and talk to Zaya.
Probably go to Terrell's Point and talk to Zaya.
I don't care.
Yeah, I haven't got that one.
Just murder stuff, get loot. Well, we stream every night at 9 o'clock, so this is a
Oh, I can't get that
distraction while we are still locked down. My day's been alright. I've had quite a productive technical day, which is good. I've been looking at some different rendering techniques using compute shaders. I need to get good at compute shaders. They are the future. So I've been doing some of that.
You mean?
Yes, but a lot of games don't really use compute shaders, so they still do
I
stuff
suppose
the
that's
old
what a
way.
compute shader is.
A compute shader more or less lets you run C code on a GPU. So if you're doing ray tracing, which is what I was looking at today, it means that you don't execute one piece of code for the top left pixel, then the next pixel, then the next pixel. My particular card can execute it on 3,000 or 4,000 pixels simultaneously. So pieces of code that are massively parallel are literally thousands of times faster than the CPU can do. So that's what I was looking at today. Yeah, these hurt.
It says press A to revive and Y to give up. I'm like, okay, I'm
Well,
pressing A,
don't,
nothing
but
happening.
don't, because I'm resing you.
It doesn't revive me anyway, so I'm not sure what you're supposed to do.
A shader is a piece of code that executes per pixel on the GPU. No, a compute shader. Well, a compute shader is it runs on data and it creates data, but it doesn't have to necessarily create graphics. But usually it does. But Bitcoin mining is essentially done using compute shaders. But yeah, the pacing does seem very off in this game. Oh, I'm being shot. I should use a health potion. I'm being shot a lot. I should just walk away a little bit.
I just found a mimic.
In sort of Schalke, yes, you actually execute it on an array, which would more or less evaluate to a render texture. So kinda. You're crap, you're crap. So I'm breaking a lot of rocks and stuff and trees.
Yeah, don't know what for.
Well, I don't either. I assume there's crafting.
Seems logical.
Oh, I found some miner's pants.
Ooh. Well, of miner's knickers.
I'm not sure if that'd be better or worse, to be quite frank.
Sweaty knickers.
I've worked it out. It's worse. Ah, well, thank you, Hakamida. But yeah, the Fortress Craft Fridays have been quite interesting, and hopefully this Friday I should narrow down the rest of the. I had a few issues in the last one, but it was mostly okay. And this Friday, hopefully, it should be a whole bunch of network testing.
Do you need assistance, or would you like assistance with that?
Oh dear, I got more. I got.
What?
He dropped rocks on me. Yeah. If you're around, it'll be.
Past midday on 12 o'clock, I will be.
Yeah, should be kind of fun. Mostly, I just need to get the player 2 talking to player 3, and then at that point, it's because I was having some weird and wonderful issues with like builds just not happening on different computers, so I need to maybe work out that. That could be really tricky to fix. Yeah, those are the rocks, Max.
Ow.
Okay.
Ow.
Stand out of the fire.
No, lag got me.
Thank you.
I know, well, that's not how lag works.
Any excuse.
So pretty much this suffers from the same problem a lot of games do. I've got green items, I've got blue items on, so therefore all the greens I'm getting are completely useless.
Yeah. Well, I've got a legendary weapon, so
So when you have a legendary, you can use the skill from it. You can like assign those skills directly to use them. The problem is, I need to be struggling. When I'm struggling, I'll start worrying about where's that boss going. Just ran past. So if I'm struggling, I'll actually start worrying about extra skills and synergies and everything. But as it is, it's just I'll just sit here and press A. Wow, this guy is a lot of health. Is that... I can't see Max. Are you, Malcolm, are you here killing him?
no, I'm not.
Oh, okay, it's just me. That's why it's so slow.
Always unique, apparently.
Oh, aren't we all?
Well, we might be, but he's says unique at the top there.
Oh, I've got unit written on me as well.
Oh yeah, not a fan.
Just gonna lead him back into a slightly more open area.
My pet is wounded.
I think the game also has a bit of a readability issue as well. So he's got an aura or something around him. So I'm struggling to see his attacks and things. It's all a bit messy. Whereas Diablo's very careful in sort of the things it showed you and stuff.
So my pet's struggling. So how do I send it? Oh, send pet to sell items in. Mm.
Yeah. Oh, note to self, those spikes hurt a lot more than they visually look like they should.
My pet has fled, apparently.
That means it's died.
Washed out. It washed away. Oh. My pet don't have
So
a
right now, so can you see my character? What's my character doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
Shooting his gun.
Which
Freaking out,
direction?
shooting
Which
downwards, but
direction?
looking to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shooting
I'm
south,
holding
looking
up
right.
and left on the pad. Where's he aiming at? Oh, there's Wide Load's lair. Wide Load.
Metal deposit. Mm.
They could call him Cat Fun.
Max, you were talking about the problem with getting more cats. I saw a post from someone who cleans homes for a living, and they went to a woman's house and she's got about 20 cats, so she decided just to use a closet as the cat litter tray. So she just covered the
my
entire
God.
closet with cat litter, so all the cats would use that. She didn't
the
take...
entire cupboard
Yeah, it's in the entire cupboard.
on its side, or in just like in a.
Oh no, a
cupboard
cupboard, like a Harry Potter cupboard, not a wardrobe.
or wardrobe.
No, a cupboard. So like a built-in cupboard. She didn't take the carpet up first either. She just put cat litter all over the floor.
That
Like
sounds a bit
I
bullshit to me.
I can see where you were going with that, but you didn't think through it a lot. I don't think.
That would stink.
Yes.
And you have to replace the carpet before you moved, because it's like, I'm not buying this house. It smells of piss.
Might be her carpet. Who knows?
Mm.
Oh no, my train has got lightning bolts on it or something. Don't know what that's
Yeah,
about.
I've had
Your
that.
train
I
get
know what it
destroyed.
means.
I think my skill. It just meant the it was stunned for whatever reason.
The train got stunned.
Oh, that was a signal.
Stunning.
I've got some sort of stun on my skill. There's like a big lightning bolt over my.
Yeah, I think that's what this
Secondary.
guy does. If you look at his skills, he's got snail, skull, and blue
The
sparkle.
skull. That's not his skull abilities. The skulls are the debuffs. So the
Oh.
skull's my poison. Is the green
Okay.
poison thing.
Oh, if you stand here, come and stand where I am. Oh, that's amazing. I can't see anything at all. That's brilliant.
Oh, all the blocks get in the way.
There's
Yeah.
metal here. I'm trying to. Oh, there's a elite guy here. Please help.
Oh, level 8, yay!
But I was looking at a bug.
Yes.
You mean Blipwash from the Gross Nobodies? Is that his band or the name of his group? Yeah, so my character decided to target a torch. That's just in the way. I'd like to swap out the shield cart for a healing cart.
There are points where you can't collect the gold. The gold's like literally a position where you
If you
can't
just,
walk into.
all right. So I just find if you can't collect, they'll just walk over it a few times.
That broke.
Just left. Oh shoot!
Ah.
You have lost your life.
I have lost my life. Yeah, keep up.
That's not the DJ lost his life.
To a broken heart.
Just head left. Yeah, just keep going left. No, here. Right, stand here.
Yeah, I was just trying.
Brilliant.
Oh, so just behind the camera,
Just yeah.
behind the wall.
I mean, yeah, okay. It's a completely
That's right.
procedural game. Choo. Okay, I'm heading towards wide load.
The package full. It's empty for bloody thing.
No, you can only carry a certain amount of potions.
Oh, right. Was in potions just do the same amount of healing regardless of what level you are?
I
Inventory.
don't know if there are better ones. Yeah, I've got a I keep getting rifles that aren't as good as my pistol.
I was trying to pull up the potions. That's the right way, isn't it? Okay. Metal deposit.
Oh, if you press... so at the bottom right, you can see the little picture of a blue donut.
Yeah.
If you press that,
Portal, right?
yeah, you've then got the option to teleport to the other people. I can warp to max realism. That helps.
Oh, that's cool. I can go to Terrell Point, you guys, or my... Yeah, to your fort or my fort. Interesting. Glad it explained that.
I think it did, but it was busy trying to explain quite a lot I didn't care about. Well, if you guys give me just a moment, then I will travel to Travail Point just to talk to Zaya, just to advance whatever quest that is,
I won't do that as well.
and then I will teleport to.
Yeah, I think I need to...
No,
I need to go to Trade Area.
you have to
Oh, this
wait,
thing right here.
just in case I can't come straight back.
Portal.
Quest thing right here, apparently.
I've received a luck sprout. The luck tree
Yes.
provides
That's what I've done.
Sacrifice
Yeah,
unwanted gear.
go to Travail Point and just use it.
She said press down on the D-pad and does nothing. Press down on the D-pad where? Under skills? Sorry, love, can you just repeat that? Because I read it and... No, she says hi there.
Hi!
Yes, but... I have 11 contracts. What? Okay. Claim rewards. I can't... Oh, I'm just claiming my rewards. Oh my goodness me. Oh wow, there's a lot of rewards that I've not
Yeah,
picked
I
up,
had
by the
that.
way. My gold. So, how do I access this, whatever the hell is, the luck tree? Anyone?
Bueller?
I had to press F. That's not
Just
useful
to,
for
just
you.
to plant it in your fort.
F.
Yes, but-
Oh, right, I have to go to my fort. Okay, right, well then.
Yeah.
Where's that? Travail. Oh, I just have to...
Down there in your fort, and then you luck spell. There you are. Let's put it.
Because I haven't found a use for money yet. I mean, in the game. I found a use for money in real life.
Yep.
Oh, I've got a map. Gold Rush Venomous Maps.
Maps in the...
Use this item, summon a portal.
They summon a custom dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
I seen that. I have to run to where there is a picture of a... You can always replant your luck tree later if you decide to move it. Or I can just stick it right there.
Oh. I was going to walk to you, but apparently you are. Oh no,
I
that's
don't
the thing. Oh, that's cool. It's summon a town portal, then walk through the portal. It's a bit sort of weird when you need to do the two at once.
Currencies will stop dropping from particular monster types. Handy description. Doesn't tell me anything. Sacrifice some items or currencies. What? Wow. Oh, right.
I'm so glad for all this random stuff I'm picking up. I have no idea what it is.
It's very confusing. So it says here, press A to use the luck sprout, and then it pops a dialogue box. And when I close the dialogue box, it closes, but it doesn't get rid of the menu.
Dialogue box?
No, it doesn't close the menu. But I can't. Okay, it's decided to go away now. Cool. So if I sacrifice, I mean,
You can send your pet back to buy potions.
cool. I've done. There we go. Plus 1% gear luck. Okay. This dialogue box doesn't work on a pad, by the way. So I bring this dialogue box up, and top right it shows me my my bag and my pet's bag, and I just use the triggers to go between them. It doesn't do anything. I have to grab the mouse and click on the bag, and then it does.
Hmm. It says select items to sacrifice.
Yeah, I've just sacrificed a whole bunch of stuff. Now my luck is plus 1%. Well, guess what? I'm not going to be bothering to do in future then.
Hmm.
Okay.
Just to like pump loads into it.
So Malcolm, can you go back to where we can come to you? Yeah.
I'm already here, yeah. I'm
Nice.
just in your portal still.
Okay. Where are you in the?
Oh, your portal's disappeared now. Yeah, I'm exactly where we were before. I haven't moved. I've just been looking through my inventory, sorting out the random skill points, selling the
Okay.
consumable stuff, and yeah.
Oh, it still says place a luck sprout in your fort. Well, I have.
I'm level 6 still, really?
What?
What level am I? Oh, 8.
You're level
Okay.
8. That's over here.
It says top right. It says over my head, but it doesn't
Yep.
tell. What level are you, Max?
I'm.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Malcolm, that was your IQ.
Whee!
Oh yeah, no, we're on level 6. Ridiculous, whatever that means.
Yeah. I think this dungeon is level 6. Ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, it's only until you go into skills inventory. That's what I think it tells you on the side.
So just before we go any further, just in case we are struggling. So under skills, you have 5 types of skills: pets, legendarium. I've got
I
slammer,
don't got
blood
those.
drink.
Yeah.
But you do have the legendarium.
I've got legendarium and I've got pets, and then I've got.
Have you
dark-
have you
from right
assigned
to
a
left,
skill
dark
to your
bane and
legendarium?
right. I've got one.
I've put.
Quicksilver plus 10% movement speed when you use a potion. You
That's
gain
cool.
movement speed.
Mine's unbelievably complicated, and I've not seen it happen. Cast a cooldown
What is-
skill and gain a clockwork part up to 10 max. Cast a Dance of Death, remove all clockwork parts and summon an exploder bot for each part removed. Which sounds, quite frankly, amazing, and I haven't seen it happen once. I might actually just try, on kill of unique or legendary monster, gain a random shrine effect. That sounds like I might do that.
Yeah, I quite like that one. I'm gonna use some.
Yeah,
No,
if you-
I like the movement speed actually. I like the movement speed. What did it say? Legendary skill something.
yeah, so legendary.
6 legendary skill points available. How do I use that?
Mine said it says 9 legendary skills available. You get 1 each time you pick up a legendary.
Legendary skills available. Okay.
Then I have Blood Drinker, Summon a Spinning Blade, something about basic attacks.
Wingmaker's
have-
tool.
Boring. Cover yourself in blood. No.
Well, why not?
Actually, that sounds pretty interesting. I might actually do that one.
What's it do?
Um,
Apart from cover yourself in blood.
it covers me in blood, and then I stop listening. So it uses up my relic points, which I'm still not sure how I gain.
Oh yeah. I actually went through the thing. Oh, cutscene.
To Wide Load's lair. Oh, that's a pretty awful cutscene.
It's not really a cutscene. Well, it's a couple, 2 images.
It's what's called an animatic. Is this story I'm supposed to care about? Oh shit! If you hit skip, it skips it.
Oh no.
Wait, what's the point? What is what?
No. A waypoint. Oh, walk nearby. Oh, look at cutscene.
Another cutscene, and then someone else skipped that one.
I didn't.
I did. Blah 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 blah. Kill the thing, get some points, move on.
Now, when I'm in
It's
combat, my relic
fine.
stuff goes up, and then I'll be able to cover myself in blood. Oh.
How do you access the skills above the?
Yeah, how do you add those skills? Yeah.
What, the legendarian skills? They're not
Oh,
active
yeah, mine's
skills.
passive, isn't it?
Yes, I think they're all passives. Unfortunately,
mine are
I've
active.
I've selected an active skill. Oh my god, that's awful. Right, there we go, I'm covered in blood. See, like this,
I think I got some of that spooge as well.
I've got all spooge coming out of me.
Oh, nice. I'd love to know how to activate this. It's got tips for everything else on the pad, but not to.
Oh, are you trying to activate a 5th skill or above?
I don't know.
What are you trying to activate?
I assume there's skills I can access.
If you
One's
press
above
it-
my taskbar.
Oh yeah, if you press
Above
the
my
left
taskbar.
trigger, that takes you to the second set of skills, and the right trigger takes you to the...
Oh, it's empty.
Yeah, but I'm like, what a terrible system.
Yeah, that's literally empty. I didn't equip anything, despite me having tried.
Yeah, so the Legendarium skills are all passive, I think.
You see his nickname, whatever it is.
Chieftain of Snotskins.
Yeah. I have to admit, I missed the word of.
Chieftain of Snotskins.
Yeah.
Half health, he's going into phase 2. Oh, he's doing the same thing, so never mind. It may be that, of course, my first Legendarium skill that gives the Dance of Death thing doesn't actually apply to this character. Maybe. But the mortar skill of my vehicle, my train, is awesome. But yeah, I think part of the problem is that like all this stuff's going on. This guy's doing all these attacks and all these abs, and I'm just standing here going, sometimes I move out of the way, but other than that, I'm not. Whereas like the butcher fight in Diablo 3, you have to be completely on your toes all the time.
Unless it's on super easy.
Even so, don't sound the fire too much.
Got an
Whey!
achievement.
Achievement.
I got achievement and a purple and an orange.
Orange, I don't get orange. I think.
You did. You got. I got blast breaker. And a polyhedron that's less good than my current one.
Yeah. I got a trophy winner's breaches, but actually
Oh wow, I've
less defense
loads of consumables.
Yeah.
and a cannon, which is crap.
Use this to get a bounty of gold. Alright then.
It was a passive. I just see myself do that passive. Yeah, that poison damage. So I'd go to Travail Point again, talk to Zaya again.
Oh, I've just got an
Thing here.
enchanting
the pet
recipe.
thing. Oh yes. So we'll have this pet.
Got a whole bunch of crap here.
Check out my pet. Oh, there's a chest here. Check out my pet. Check out my pet. Check out my pet. Check out my pet.
So reindeer. I can tell you two things about
Yes, I
reindeer.
mean Rudolph.
Three things. Firstly, they are real. Secondly, they smell. And thirdly, they are incredibly stupid. Thus ends all things I know about reindeer.
Thus ends all the information I know about reindeer.
Oh, there's a weapon here named after your mum. Frigid Greatsword. Okay, unearthed evidence. I will head to Travail Point then. There's a lot of gold lying around that, like, it seems to be a
Yeah,
struggle
it's
to pick.
awkward to pick up. There's no like magnetic.
No, your pet picks gold up, but not always. But like more. I'm sure there's a bug going on here. Like I just walked to this gold like 10 times, and it's like nah. Other players can randomly encounter your fort in public passages. Passages.
These are perfect. Mechanic calls me a fool. Hi there.
You've received wide load ceremonial shield.
Bring these to the general at once.
I've sold
Saw it.
white loads, so no shield.
I think it might be a quest item. I love that in like Warcraft things where it goes, thank you, stranger. Here is a mace or a shield, and you're like, brilliant. How much of this mace or shield or whatever? And I have a whole bunch of wolf organs as well. Okay, so my rewards are some wood planks or a random decoration. Well, I'm going to go with the wood planks then.
Really? Because I look for the random decoration.
I have so many decorations from handing in my
I've got
leveling
so
up
many wooden
quests.
planks.
Go to Firebelly Village, which is in the well-trodden path, which I can't teleport to. Build a smelter in your fort to craft metal bars from metal nuggets that you have gathered.
Alright. I'm going back to my fort.
I'm just reading out the tooltips as they appear. I don't know what.
I'm going to check on my tree. Build a sawmill in your fort to craft wooden planks from wooden logs you've gathered.
But why? Why do I care about these?
Yeah.
Can you craft like an Uber weapon if you go for it?
Let's be honest, it's a computer game. You'll be able to craft an Uber weapon after ploughing in a huge amount of time.
Well, I'd hope so, but is it going to be better than something I might find randomly in my, you know?
Probably not. I mean, I don't know of a game that's actually ever had a really good and interesting crafting system. It's nearly always just random. You're going, rather than going, oh, I'm going to make this cool gun. I'm going to go off and do it, 10 hours of grinding metal bars or whatever and definitely achieve it. It's always just go and kill mobs and you get a better one. Like an ARPG that's super crafting focused rather than RNG focused. Whoa. There's more mobs out here than I had expected. I didn't really want to fight all these mobs. I was just looking for the Firebelly Village.
It's on the map.
Oh.
You can teleport to it, I think.
No.
No, I've got no problem doing this.
No, I haven't. I can see the Trial of Fire and the Chasm, but that's all I found. Oh, if you teleport to me, yeah, that's why I said it's all a bit.
Yeah.
Actually, there's something. They don't hurt for buggery, so.
Yeah. I'm not doing enough damage to do like 1 damage.
I'm gonna get a better gun. My gun.
Bow and arrow.
Well, but use a gun then. Do you not have? I mean, my mortar skill is really good. It does a lot of damage. It's area damage. I can only use it every 10 seconds, but it's great.
Your health is low.
Is that Malcolm injecting?
That was Malcolm injecting.
Oh, it's his puff, magic puff, isn't it? That's what
It's not his magic puff. That's something else and currently not legal in the UK.
I thought it was like, what's the price of your kitchen? That's what it's going to cost you.
Yeah, it was a Fox News thing. The year after they legalised marijuana, a bunch of states going, make sure you don't take cookies from strangers on Halloween because they may be laced with marijuana. And it's like, no one is going to give away edibles. They're so expensive. Like, no one is going to do this. It's just not a thing. Fox were very, very, very keen to discredit it. Oh, Mimic. And what actually happened is it just put tons of money into the US economy that used to go to drug dealers. So, win-win situation, really.
What are we doing here? Filter unrest.
Looking for the Firebelly Village in the Untangled Web. Mostly I'm running around and mapping stuff and killing things in the way. No, I do hope they do legalise marijuana over here because it will make buying Christmas presents for a selection of my friends so much easier.
Currently, when you buy a Christmas present, so it's quite difficult then, I'm guessing.
Well, no, because you just like, I bought this, but it's only for tobacco use. Wink.
Yeah.
The bong, yes. Or they call it a Nagila?
No, that's the hookah, the bubble pipe thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at something different.
Tobacco.
I'm gonna go up this way and we'll see if we meet in the middle.
The level, I like Diablo 2's levels. They're open. I mean, it's a big open area with only a few exits, but this is all a bit
And a bunker.
Restricted.
Oh, I'm in a bunker. Oh, okay.
Oh, no, a well-trodden path. No, that's not very helpful, is it? It does have a question mark in it, though, so if you guys want to come to me, I think I found a quest thingy.
And then
And there's also Acid Lord Hot Curdler. I'll say that to 2 points.
how do we find our way to you?
Just teleport.
Good point.
Thank you.
I could just run this way and find you.
Or teleport.
Not when you're fighting, you can't. Surely.
I
So-
don't
so
know.
penalty
If
for
you
penalty.
if you're quick on the
Yeah, probably
menu.
not.
Blue.
A Mask of the
Run
Silent.
blue.
Got that as well.
No, that's what you got.
Oh, it tells you what I got. Okay.
Yeah, chance.
Yeah.
If you pick up a blue or a legendary, it tells me, but chance will be a phone thing. Well, I would say this game is definitely more engaging than Trove, and also more engaging than patching my pad.
Oh, I got special hat.
You have a muscular cavalry. It says, "Look, Scrawny picked up a muscular cavalry hat, cavalier hat." Sorry.
Musketeer, probably, yeah. So then they're using weapons.
Wait, musketeer cavalier hat. Like that doesn't make
That's a
any sense.
contradiction, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're a musketeer on a horse. What? Then you're a cavalier, not a musketeer.
Well, let's
There's
go.
some words we put together and hoped it would notice.
It's quite literally going to be a bunch of random words. But yeah, let's go and write a negative review going, actually,
Something I care about very deeply. Let's have a look. Let's compare to mine. +1 skill level to precision skills.
on path.
Musketeer set requires 3 more musketeer items. Ooh.
I'm going in the well-trodden path.
I'm treading down your mum's path as well. A citadel. Ah, so this will be a, what's it called? This is a passage level, isn't it?
Waypoint.
Yeah.
Passage.
Oh, adventurer's fort. We found someone else's fort now.
Or an empty fort.
No, we just found someone else's fort.
I suppose
Someone
it's
called Dorothy here.
Torchlight Kids.
Aha, very good.
You people make me sick. There we go. General hatred and moving on. Ah, Firebelly Village.
Fire Billy Village.
Firebelly Village.
Dub.
Oh man, Max, you remember when we went to Sadler's in Southampton and ate all that meat?
Yeah. Large, copious amounts of meat.
Oh yeah.
It was just meat and chips, basically, wasn't it?
And beans. Pit
Was it
beans.
beans?
Yeah, it was beans.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a place in Southampton. It does the most unbelievable platter of meat, and it is a lot of
platter of
food.
meat.
It's not a platter, is it? It's just a plank.
It's just a big wooden plank.
It's-
yeah.
yeah,
With beads and. You know,
It's just
very nice,
amazing.
isn't it?
Oh, it was great. But the best thing was the table behind us. They ordered a bunch of food and platters. And they were like, "Are you sure?" They go, "Yeah, it's fine." And then they saw our platters being brought out. I mean, I'm not joking. This is a 2-foot plank of meat. So they saw our meat being brought out before theirs, and then you could see the fear begin to
They're
develop
regret.
in their eyes.
You
Like,
can see the fear. I can see out the window.
oh dear, oh.
I was enjoying you describing it to me.
There's a place similar up here, but they actually do delivery. So it's quite good. They just deliver you a whole bunch of freeze-dried, vacuum packed meat, with all the sauces in around. Essentially, they just say, 3 hours if you want to eat, do this. 2 hours 45 if you want to eat, do this, and just takes you through putting all the meat, and it's all ready at the same time, and it's glorious. That's what we have for Christmas.
Oh, no. 2 hours 45 before you eat. Take a huge dump.
Drink a small glass
Eat
of
for
water.
3 days beforehand, and then eat this meat.
Purge. Just
purge,
purge
yeah.
preparations.
It was a lot. I think at the end of it, we were like, "Oh, I don't have any space for pudding.
No, I've never had pudding
I hate
there.
It. I hate it when people use that word like that, but it's so apt. It's
What,
funny.
pudding?
No, just purge. Just
Purge.
Yeah.
Where the fuck's my train?
Over here. What do you mean?
Well, the train decided he just wasn't chewing.
Chew.
Does the
Choo.
fame do something?
The what?
The fame. F-A-M-E.
A little.
You collect it.
Where's the fame? Where's that?
Well, when you kill a mob, they drop fame.
Oh, I'll be honest, I've not noticed that.
I think it might be a class thing.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing.
Found a scroll of Lifebound. What that is.
It'll appear in your consumables tab.
Right. If I knew how to access that, that'd be great.
It's in your inventory on the right hand side. 'Cause you have quite a lot of inventories. You've got
Yeah.
you,
Rep.
pet, potions, and resources.
Hello.
Hey,
I
Rat.
think one's got a limit, some's got limits at the moment. Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Hey, Brat.
Hey, Brett.
Brett.
Hey, Brett.
Why have I got? Oh, when I kill a named mob, I get a special effect for a while now. I could put a random one. Oh, I found the question markers over here. The abandoned mine.
How much of a difference does the PC version make in terms of
It's much
frame
better.
rates?
It's just so much better.
Yes.
No graphics.
Yeah.
Just controllability. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Yeah. It was good.
I mean, don't forget, for me, I was running on. I was running on. I was running on an Xbox One X. Don't forget, I wasn't running on a base Xbox, and it was like, yeah, the frame rate. I mean, the frame rate here it's 75, but it does say using up 100% of my GPU.
I mean, my Xbox primarily at the moment is just basically a home media PC.
Yeah,
You know,
I've got an Xbox that is just Amazon, Netflix, and Blu-rays.
Yeah, mine's Disney Plus and Blu-rays, and well, actually only own one Blu-ray, which is Ready Player One. But,
I do actually.
I started watching half of the Thingy's cut of Thingy thing yesterday.
It's not bad, is it? It's really quite good.
You know what I was talking about? Honestly,
Yeah.
The first, like the old version of it was okay. I liked what they did with it. I just think the way they kind of shot it and organised the whole story was a bit lackluster. But yeah, I'm at part 3 now, and I was like, this is good.
Yeah,
I like this.
I mean, I will say, I mean, I am a man who does have some convictions, but if I am presented with evidence that proves me wrong, I will happily say I'm wrong. I think Zack Snyder has been a fucking hack for many, many years, and I watched this, went, this is really good. This is genuinely good. It's like the Turtles film. I watched the Michael Bay Turtles film, and I'm like, oh, what a pile of ass. And then I watched the second one, and I was like, holy shit.
For fuck's sake, I accidentally clicked on a portal.
So the second Turtles film, it's really good. I was like, well, I don't understand. This has not been
and get it
talked
so
about.
wrong and then get it so right.
No, it wasn't Michael Bay that did it. He was an executive producer. I'm like, right, maybe we should have talked about this one. It was basically, it felt like the cartoon. It had all the cartoon stuff going on. And I'm like, I really, really enjoyed the second Turtles film. But the first one, it was all right. You know, it was vague distraction. But yeah, with Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Just crap.
I mean, I broke my arm. I watched all of Top Gear, for example, when I broke my arm.
Oh yeah, I've seen.
Well,
I've
from
watched
the
Top
70s
Gear. I
onwards.
enjoy watching that.
I watched every episode of Top Gear, just everything, just a massive torrent, all of Mythbusters, and it's had nothing to do for 6 weeks. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to enjoy Zack Snyder's thing. I was expecting it to be 4 hours of just, oh my god, how long is this? But yeah.
Oh, I found some drink.
Vitality extractor.
Yeah.
A gun that's not as good as my current one.
It's a legendary Dictatas thing.
+1 skill levels to mortar car. Okay. And that one is, okay. That I think is to be 17% endurance a second, but I don't know what endurance is. Okay, so to the abandoned mines, I have a question mark in there.
Yep, just let me see if there's any, this gear is any good.
But yeah, I need to talk to someone who's even more well versed in old games than me to work out what I can do. What ray trace game from the 80s I could... What game I could copy from the 80s, but do it like you would have done a film in the 80s. Yeah, like, I can do graphics sort of the level of Tron, but in the same way they would have done it in the Tron days, just obviously running on a computer 100,000 times faster. But I haven't quite... I'll see if I can come up with something. This is a sort of a few-day mess-around project. Sometimes I need a break.
I'm sure you're taking a break is putting the keyboard away.
No, sometimes it's...
A change is as good as a rest.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's just I want my brain to work at one problem, but I don't want to think about that problem. So I want to occupy my hours with a different problem. Because if I watch a film or something, I'll just tackle that problem. I just do something completely different, and then it gives my brain time to sort of file away all the stuff on the main project while I'm just fussing around one afternoon on the secondary thing.
So it's going to be not too taxing.
Or they're all taxing in a completely different way. I mean, I'm doing compute shaders, which is not something I'm doing for my main project at all.
Have a lime.
That's a big purple thing you've got there, Max.
Yeah.
It's dead now.
Yeah, that was
Oh, no, someone put a portal up. What the fuck?
Phase dungeon portals. Oh, okay. Well,
What's going on? Have we all been teleported here?
No, he's clicked on the portal.
Ah!
Or you've clicked on the portal.
No,
and...
it appeared, and I pressed A, and I'm in it. A is my shoot button.
Yeah.
Help.
So that's the we have to kill this stuff first, then we'll come in there.
You came to see the size of my
But yeah,
train. 3.
That's something I heard a while ago. It's basically a thing.
no.
Basically, they said a good way for a developer, it's good to have multiple projects because when you get more bored of one, you can procrastinate by doing the other one.
Yes. But yeah, procrastinate by doing something useful. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah.
Surely that means that your brain, I mean, from my point of view, obviously, you think that, from me, that would be pretty confusing. Because I'd be like, I'm just getting my head around this code is, and now I'm.
Think of imagine that you're watching Game of Thrones, and every night you're watching Game of Thrones, and you're like, you know what? I'm gonna watch Iron Man tonight instead. It's that sort of thing. It's kind of the same, but it's also kind of not.
Coming through.
Adam, I kind of have that with as well. I'm doing with you guys. It feels like I'm procrastinating for my course, but in a good way.
Yes. Do you like my train, Ardy Trots? It's currently 3. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the old sort of 16-bit 3D games, they genuinely had very few objects around. So I can do a reasonable quality ray-traced game at 60 frames a second, which, you know, certainly couldn't do on the old things, but with a polygon count about what you would have had in the 80s. I'm just trying to work out what game to, I'll say rip off, but reimagine. And I haven't come up with anything yet. There was a game like Vaccine with balls, and I can't remember it. It had like balls and springs, and I think Vaccine was a sequel to it. Can't remember.
Well, just as a vague sort of side note to that, I got the Hellgate London disc second-hand off eBay, and it came with one of those books that's sort of basically just adverts from EA.
Oh,
They're
yes.
old, they're up there, back catalogue. Like, ooh. I'm not
Yeah.
actually buying it, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you wanted a reference to me call out some games, I could open that up and give
No, that's too new. I mean, I need to go back about another 15 years. I'm talking about stuff like...
Stop with. There you go.
Yeah. I'm talking about stuff like Damocles or Vaccine or Zarch. I mean,
Never played any of those. Never heard of it.
mid to late 80s. I'm talking 16-bit
Yeah.
era, not 32.
Yeah.
Yeah,
before my time.
I would like to play Hellgate London. I said I did play it before. It was really good. The problem was...
Yeah. Enjoyed it.
It was released too soon. It was abandoned by the developers quite quickly. It made you feel like utter scum if you weren't a subscriber. And I'm like, but I've paid 40 quid for it. Don't make me feel like scum for not subscribing.
Not very nice.
That was how. Right. Oh, I see. You're not a subscriber. Well, you get low resolution textures in the stations. You only get a tiny amount of storage area. I was like, what the hell?
You say that, Adam, but like, you know, World of Warcraft is the same thing. It's like You buy World of Warcraft, and then you have to pay a month subscription.
Yeah, but this wasn't an MMO.
No,
So that was the problem.
that's common now. It's just not. It wasn't common at the time.
Oh, I don't know. that MMO model isn't common.
Not now,
a
it's
WoW
not.
thing.
It was common. All MMOs were like that.
Yeah.
But not for yeah.
Crap, it's more
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, Eve, you didn't get Eve for free. You bought Eve,
No.
and then you got
That's true.
if you were lucky, you got a month sub with it. Lotra, you bought it, got a month sub with it, and so on and so on.
Well, I paid, I think it was £100 plus £10. I basically went for a fan decision. Basically, it's a big chunk at the front, up front, and that was it. You were a lifetime subscriber.
I guess I had
Or-
less.
Or not, as it turned out to be.
I guess I
Well,
less
no.
mean I guess I less mean the upfront cost because I know that's relatively common, but more like expansions being another upfront cost
Yes.
isn't that common. I don't think.
Well, Guild Wars did it. They instead of having a subscription, they released expansion every 6 to 12 months. It cost about the same as your Warcraft subscription would have cost for 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
And you people going,
That
oh,
makes
but this game's free. You don't need to pay to play it. I'm like, you do. You have to buy the content every 6 months, or everyone leaves you behind, and there's no players there.
Yeah. Like I
Or-
think the next closest
There's
to that
that.
kind of model
Right.
that I've seen recently.
That's what I didn't. And then if you go straight in from wherever you are, you just have to basically. I think it's just a one-off fee.
Yeah,
Right.
EverQuest got to the point where if you wanted to catch up, you had to buy 13 expansion packs and play through them. And it took several years to play through the expansion packs to catch up with people. Yeah, this is what I mean. Warcraft reevaluates the game every so often, which really helps.
I think it's like every 2 or 3 expansions. Every 2 expansions, I'd say.
Yeah.
Well, I did a thing where they did the level squash, didn't they?
Yes, this is the second time they've done something like that.
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Well, they did. This is
I've got-
their second stats crush and their first level crush.
Hold. I'm just buying some health potions.
You guys have played WoW, I assume.
I have played WoW a lot. I have
Never.
played WoW for longer than you have been alive.
Probably.
Okay.
How good or bad is current release WoW? Not
Oh, it's
classic,
great.
is it?
Well, it's great.
Because I always
Played,
say,
just-
played currently as well.
It's
I always hear people talking shit about the current version.
That's because
claiming
that's
it's
because
the
that's because
ever, I'm like,
that's because people are like, oh, because but it's not as good as the one I played 10 years ago when I was 13 and didn't do anything else with my life. And like, of course it's not, because you're not 13 and not just playing Warcraft with your life. But the current WoW is as good as it has ever been. It's really, really, really
Well, they've
good.
made it much slicker to catch up, much slicker to get to where you want to go, and to not feel like, oh shit, I've missed out on the last 20 years of games and I'm not going to ever have a stand a chance of catching up. They've like, sort of like, it tries to be inclusive.
Yes. If I were to change this game, I think I would make the bosses do about 8 or 10 times as much damage.
I have less health.
That's all right. And half as much loot and twice the quality. We did get a pet though. A llama.
Yay.
I feel like a boss
I
never
think I'm
does. I feel like bosses don't tend to feel like they have too much health unless they're doing no damage.
Oh, you haven't done Borderlands. Tiny Tina's. Oh, that boss.
Oh,
Just goes. The
yeah.
dragon just goes on and on and on.
Okay, there's obviously extremes, but the amount of health it has probably feels like more if it's easy.
No, the problem with that one is it's a fast-moving boss. It was quite hard to hit it, and it wasn't too bad to hit it on a mouse. It was very hard to hit it on a pad.
No
It's
auto
good
aim?
scrub.
No, like it's a fast-moving boss, and I'm playing on a pad. Do I have not RuneScaped? I know people who have. Oh, hold on, there's a glowy thing to the left. What's that? Oh, it's a shrine. Maybe we should have used that.
I
Did.
feel like the main reason I ended
Well,
up playing
Blensing now.
I feel like the main reason I ended up playing RuneScape was because it was unblocked on computers at school.
The main reason you played RuneScape is because it was free.
And because it was one of the few games I could play at school, because most websites were blocked, and that one wasn't, because you could play it through like the translator shit in Google Translate. Not even
Yeah. The cache for it. Yeah.
yeah.
A lot of those school
Was
proxies
there this
didn't
one
understand
was
that.
phase dungeon?
No, that's where we just
here?
came from.
Oh, okay, cool.
So did we kill a mob and got McWomble's thing, or is McWomble's one of you two?
It was
That's you,
it was
isn't
that
it?
and coolmathgames.com.
Like Wombie, I mean. Sorry.
I am called McWombles. I forgot. I thought it was familiar. Hey. What is my cat doing? I can't. Like, if there's no mob to target, he shouldn't fire rather than just fire randomly and get me confused.
Interesting.
But my train's
The other one,
brilliant. Yeah.
The other one was coolmathgames.com, which also wasn't blocked because it had math in the name. So like, it's fine. It's not. It's a maths website. We don't need to block this. And it just has like balloons tower defense on it.
Well, there is maths in balloons.
There is. I won't argue with that, but probably should have been blocked.
Yeah, I had a whole bunch of educational.
Whitelist these days, isn't it, rather than blacklist?
I used to have a whole bunch of educational games on my Commodore Plus 4. Some of them are very good. Like one called Number Racer, and it was a racing game, ostensibly. But basically, a maths puzzle come up on the screen, you had to get in the right lane. And it got very, very hard, you know, to work out quickly what, 6 plus 2 minus 1 over 3 was. But I played it a lot and got very good at doing quick maths.
Quick maths.
Amazing. I think my first game development thing was like year 8 at school. Was they were teaching us how to use Game Maker, so I made like a Mario clone in it. It was shit, but I guess
I remember Game Maker. I made a Micro Machines-esque game where you have 3 different categories of vehicle which move different paces, and some could go over different types of terrain. So a helicopter could basically fly over the mountains and take shortcuts. But was slower overall than the car because the cars go the long way. And there's another vehicle, like a hovercraft or something. Can't remember. It's quite good fun though.
I bet if you played it again now, you would disagree with yourself.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, the way I did it as well is I had each of the different vehicles was controlled by a different set of keys. So you had like basically WASD and then like TE to FW and then P and it was like something. Yeah, You had like 3 or 4 players playing per keyboard. It's horrible.
Oh yeah, a decent multiple pad support has only been around in the last 15 years.
Oh, I remember playing. I think it was Box Head on Flash, which was like a 2-player like horde survival thing, and you play on like WASD and then the arrow keys on the other player.
Yes, you often had to pick 2 set of keys that wouldn't make tricks with each other, so they didn't conflict.
I feel old.
Aww.
But not that old because I'm talking to you, but old.
Oh.
Old is a state of mind.
That's true.
Growing old is obligatory, growing up is not.
I like that phrase.
The reindeer is my favourite pet because as it runs, it goes. Its little hoovies.
I did spend quite a lot of time making custom controllers for games, but I don't do that anymore.
Now you just hold PlayStation.
Purples.
I found a box of PlayStation controllers. I mean, literally 50 plus PlayStation controllers in a box.
Yep.
I was like, at some point I might have to consider getting rid of them.
Is there anything you can play with that many?
Well, yeah, but only games I wrote.
Oh, that's fair.
I would be very interested if I could come up with, if I could get access to Stadia to develop a game designed for massively multiplayers on a single stream. Like, I'd be very interested. Maybe one of the more popular projector games.
So like an open worldy thing where people can just come and go.
No, a single screen though.
Yeah, that'd be cool though. But like, have you
projector games?
Have you talked to them about potentially?
I've applied as a dev. They're like, what? How many? What's your best-selling game? How many games do you release? Like, Fortress Craft, 1.4 million sales, no response. I'm like, brilliant.
Apparently that's not good enough.
Well, whereas Oculus, they bent her backwards. They're like, anything we can do to get you into the
What is this helmet?
onto Oculus, not Oculus, Oculus and On Live, they're absolutely bent over backwards. Whereas this is just like, well, we'll see. Dude, there's not even a dev kit for heaven's sake. Just send me the log on. Let me run a Stadia server here.
I think that's how it works. Even developer, that's the thing. But we talked about this before about how Destiny 2 do all their kind of live testings now is on Stadia, which is pretty cool.
But that costs Google money. Not much money, but if I'm using a PC in the cloud to do my Stadia development, that's costing Google money. So I understand why they don't want to open up to everyone, but
Pretty sure they're paying good money for it. They're paying money back as well for it because I mean, it saves them money.
But my point is, if I sign up as a Stadia dev and I get a free PC running in the cloud, watch everyone sign up to be a Stadia dev to get a free PC in the cloud. So I understand why they aren't giving out to everyone, but just let me become a Stadia dev and I start off by running the game here. Yes, Gorhaka, Steam has got a remote to play together anywhere, but you do need quite a lot of bandwidth. So you need
your play more Stadia stuff. We'll try it out more.
Yeah. So what was it you said was free on Stadia?
I think there's not a Pac-Man game. It's a
Bomberman
game.
Oh yeah, but that's coming to Game Pass, so let's just play it there. Yeah, Battle Royale Bomberman. I'm in.
Crater's on there as well.
Which is just Unity without any programming, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
Just an art package. But yeah, we talked about doing Unrailed on stream, but the problem is I'd have to host it, and I don't have enough bandwidth to host it and stream it, so we'd have to pre-record the stream. But Stadia doesn't matter; they've got gigabits of bandwidth. I don't. I've got 20.
But Stadia does work really well. Like you and I played. Oh
no! If you can't host because it will look shit for people watching the stream.
Why?
Because
you turn your details up.
Because you'll be setting me a 5 megabit stream. Because
20 meg up,
and you'll be hosting 3 people. Do you see the problem?
No.
So you got 20 megabit up. So that means you can host, realistically speaking, 3 5 megabit streams simultaneously. So you would stream to 3 people by having a 4-player game. But that's not a high quality 5 megabit stream. That's a crap 5 megabit stream because it's not optimized for anything other than the ultimate latency. So you really want about a 25 plus megabit stream, which you don't have. Don't get me wrong, Steam Remote to play together anywhere is good. It's just not. We don't have enough bandwidth for it.
It's really good for like 2 players.
Well, I mean, it's all right for. It wouldn't be bad for 4 if we were just playing it amongst ourselves. But it would be a. Remember, I streamed 1080p 60 with a hardware capture card. The stream quality, I hope, is
what you're saying
great.
Is your internet quality is the problem.
The internet quality is the problem. Yeah.
Get better internet quality. Get better internet.
Do you, what? More than 20? More than 20 megabit up?
Here.
You can on Virgin Media.
Yeah.
Go left. Go left. Go left.
Guys, there's a unique one here. Unique Bob. Yeah, I'm kind of just. I don't really have much more desire to play Torchlight at the moment. Like it's just like, why am I doing all this?
Yeah, level. Well, I want to get to level 10 so I can get my next train car.
Right, and then what?
Maybe one after that. I like train cars. But yeah, it's all right. It's nicely mindless. I haven't had to engage my brain very much.
That's probably why it's a bit meh.
Thank you, Morbets. I mostly wanted a change from what I was normally doing. I just need to work out a game idea that actually fits the graphic style. But I would really like to play a game that looks like an old ray-traced demo. Because I've just realised there aren't any. Indie games have done every single art style out there, but I can't think of a single ray-traced game. Not one.
Yeah, drink. I'll be right back.
Well, it's too
I've got some
expensive to do.
contracts.
Um.
I'm thinking what was in the arcades back in the day.
Oh god, no, not even close. I mean, I can barely manage it on my 3080, and it sucks up all my GPU time, and I'm at fairly low res. But yeah, it's an enormously expensive technique. It just takes advantage of that the compute shaders run in parallel. So like, I've got 2 question marks to my left and the layer of fuego to my right.
Layer of fuego.
Oh, I'm guessing that's Hennick and Hicks. No, DLSS requires you to have a license from NVIDIA for I don't know why reasons. It's under extreme NDA, and you can't use their custom deep learning system. is not publicly available. And I've got a 3080, and I've only played one game in DLSS, and it was Fortnite, and I really don't need DLSS on Fortnite. I can run at, 8,000 frames a second already or whatever. Whereas something like Red Dead or GTA, DLSS would be unbelievable. So I could turn the detail right up and the resolution. I love it when I describe DLSS to max. You run it at quarter resolution, scale it up. You're like, well, that can't work. I'm like, it does. It's magic. It's amazing. Kohaku, because it requires an awful lot of money in order to train the images for your game.
Oh my god, Adam.
Yeah?
Hover over the egg sack thing.
Mouse cursor. Yeah. I'm stuck.
Good.
That's what. Yeah, it says in the top left, Hicks.
Yeah. Well, you said there's someone called Hicks.
I did. Yeah. Mate, the best kebab, the second best kebabs I've ever eaten in my life were with Hicks.
Good kebabs don't exist.
Oh no, that's right. No, the best kebabs I've ever had were at Martine's place, and they were horse kebabs. And I'm like, but it tastes so good. Nah, that's wrong. Oh, but it's so good. My God, but I'm British. We can't eat horse. I did, but I felt a little bit sad. Hooray! I've now got a movement skill. And more train.
You're level 10 now.
I am.
I'm nearly level 10.
Choo choo.
Yeah, there are little. I know what you mean. There are little purple orbs now. I don't know what they're for. What they do.
Fame.
Okay, what's that do?
Yeah, well, fame. I want to live forever. I want to learn how to fly. Remember. No?
My name.
You done?
I could do more.
Please don't. L'air de frego.
Use the power embedded in your ancient lantern to burn enemies for 70% weapon damage. Active skill? Active skill. Why isn't it on my hotbar then? Oh, unlock with... Alright, it's just got a weirdly lit up icon for some reason. No, it's yeah, DLSS requires supercomputer levels of assets.
Hardware.
Yeah. So I can have the shotgun or the shield and the flamethrower or the mortar. And then I get the active train. Ooh. And then I get the lightning train and then the flamethrower. Yeah, so we are leveling fairly slowly. But I don't, like, the skills give up at level 20. That's it.
What?
I go. I mean, there are 3 trees, but I don't really care about 2 of the trees.
Yeah.
And also, I've got the oh no, that's the...
They're not trains.
Spot the vampire game. What, in ray tracing? I like that. No, I mean, I am very limited on the poly count and the item count. Like, spheres are really cheap to render. But polygon spheres are hundreds of times slower to use.
I'm going into the Flare de Fuego.
Do I have to unlearn this?
I'm in the Lair de Fuego.
Do I have to drag it on my bar?
Oh, it's a spider.
Really? Fuego means fire.
It's a flaming spider.
Oh, right. My point is, yes, I see where you're going with that, but I am genuinely talking about something in the level of detail of Zarch or Lander or Hunter or Midwinter or Armageddon. I mean, a handful of 3D objects on screen.
Cool, let's go.
Choo choo.
It's Hitler.
Did you say it's Hitler?
Does damage.
His name's Skittles the bot. The Skittles the spider.
I'm back.
Oh.
I was browsing some Reddits, and have you guys seen the coronavirus stats for the UK?
14 people died today. 17. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
17
great.
include Northern Ireland.
So it's not over. How can I declare that?
Well, it's not over. No one said it's over.
It's not over. There's still a lot of people that have COVID.
No,
in
today is not over.
Oh right, I guess that. I think they mean yesterday.
Yeah, it's
Right.
24 hours prior to that day.
The weekend
that
thing.
day's stats.
So the weekend declaration.
Well, yeah.
Why
but
is this
the
thing like a
hospital-
jack of
the
potato
hospital.
with cheese sticking out of it?
Oh, because it's
Oh, I can't unsee that now.
Yeah, but
you've ruined the
they're
boss for me,
not-
Max.
they're-
What the
They're
fuck?
not working on Sunday. What? Why is it being the weekend matter?
No, he's ruined the boss for me because now it looks like a jacket potato or a pine cone at worst.
Oh.
The thing is, they don't work over the weekend, so they report all the deaths on Monday to say people died at the weekend. So
Yeah. Anyway, the point is we've done very well. Yay!
so
Well done.
statistics reported today. Hooray!
And then Boris came out today and said, "Oh yeah, there's going to be probably a third wave, washing onto the shores of
Yeah, from
England
from the Europe,
Probably will be, yeah.
from America."
from somewhere.
Well, in that case,
Europe.
you know, shut down the American passengers.
Europe.
Why are we allowing
Europe,
people?
not America.
Europe. Well, Europe then.
Yeah. Because you need to buy things from them.
Yeah, but that's not. If you look at the relative amount of visitors relative to truck drivers, there aren't very many truck drivers. Like it's a very small number relative to people wanting to come over and just for the hell of it. So yeah, I'm under the impression that you're not supposed to come to England unless you have a
Not supposed to travel.
travel unless you've got a good reason.
I'm curious if
positive
anything like that. I'm curious if anything like that worldwide has been like automated faster than otherwise would have due to COVID.
Well,
Like, I wonder if they've implemented more driving and stuff like that in some places.
self-driving. Oh, not as well. They are pushing.
But
They are pushing self-driving trucks a lot more over the last few
Yeah.
weeks I've seen.
that's one of those things that makes a lot of sense for COVID, right? Because then you can just drive a truck in that doesn't have someone in over the border, and there's no COVID risk there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Just make sure it's not full of explosives.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, don't forget your
Big
Oh.
boss chest.
yeah. And your pet chest, and I've got another one of these dragons.
So are these the same accounts as before, or do they not carry across?
Yeah, carried across, yeah. That's why I've got a train.
Would you?
Oh, a doom pipe. Oh, good, I can vape. Oh, it says my character isn't gay
Level
enough for that. Oh.
10.
Legendary focus.
What's that? Apparently you can pre-order an Xbox X.
What? Where?
Yeah, from Game apparently.
I tried that. I tried that
According to more
before. I did try pre-ordering one before, and they went, "Yeah, no."
I'm just going by what more business said in the chat, but
Wow.
he seems relatively trustworthy, I think.
Hmm.
Sus.
I trust him.
Hmm.
So Luke, Xbox Series X. No stock. No stock. No. Nah.
It's showing like an orange item that I can't pick up, but I think I managed to pick it up. I
No.
think the problem is that the game is showing you items you can pick up, but you can't.
Yeah. So more bits. I've seen stuff like that before, but right now Microsoft Store hasn't had stock since. Oh well. Oh my God. They actually had stock of the Series X. They have actually had stock today as of 40 minutes ago. So they went into stock at 8 minutes to 10, and it was out of stock by 6 minutes to 10.
Wow.
Yeah, it's Microsoft out of stock.
minutes.
Just take my money and send it to me when you get money, and you're Microsoft. I trust you're going to get them in. Let's look at game. Game.
Is the demand actually were they not expecting this much demand? I feel like they should know how much demand they'd be getting.
It's partly increased demand due to COVID, and wow, that game's flickering. And it's partly reduced manufacturing capability due to COVID. Yeah, now, more bits. I appreciate that, but that game can get fucked because I can't buy an Xbox. I can buy an Xbox Series X plus a t-shirt, plus a hat, and a controller, and a carbon black stand for only an extra £100. That should not be legal. I cannot buy one. I have to buy one with a t-shirt I don't want and an extra controller and shit.
What?
Or I can buy it with 3 months of... It's because that's how they're making their money. Or I can buy it with Cyberpunk. Oh, maybe Xbox Series X plus the GameWare stereo headset. Yes, I don't think so. Oh no, there is one down there. Pre-order. I might click the buttons.
Oh.
Do it. Is it in pretty red?
No, it comes in black.
No, don't want it.
Brilliant. So more bits. This is why everyone's very excited apart from me. I shall click pre-order now. Watch, everyone, pre-order. Your item was not added because we were out of stock. Do you not understand what pre-order means? Like,
No, apparently not.
more bits. They actually aren't doing it, but there are places that you cannot buy a Xbox. You can only buy an Xbox as long as you buy a whole bunch of stuff with the Xbox. Because they're not making any money off the Xbox. They're only making money off the t-shirts and stuff. But yeah, that's absolutely brilliant. Like, pre-order, no, we haven't got any. What? But
I had this similar thing happening to the headset on Amazon. You click on the button on Amazon, and it's like, oh, you can pre-order it. It's like, cool, add to cart. It's like, error occurred. What?
No.
What? And you go back a page and you click on it again. It goes pre-order. It's like, I'll add to cart. I'll add it to cart. Error has occurred. What?
Yeah, I had that before though. Like, pre-order, okay, no. Well, put me on a list.
Yeah. I mean, Adam, you're already on.
Hey, I found the workshop, guys. If you come to me.
Let me just kill these two special mobs.
Yeah. Okay, yo.
I'm not that fussed. The main reason I wanted the Xbox X was to play this game. Not because I really want to play this game, because I don't want to play this game at 15 frames a second. And it wasn't available on PC Game Pass at the point. Doom will not be any better on Xbox One X. It already runs at 4K 60.
Let's assume you've got a 4K monitor, of course.
I do, but,
Yeah, but
otherwise... Well, no, it will still run at 4K, but will downsample down to 1080 for more anti-aliasing.
Right, which way do you go, Adam?
Just teleport to me.
Old chestnut.
Who is limiting the consumer price of the console? Game are one of the official resellers. They are the official reseller for the UK of the console, and they get access to it when other people don't. So
I use size teleport.
cool, but they will sell you the console for almost zero profit and a whole bunch of stuff for tons of profit, and won't sell you the console by itself. I found somebody else doing that. I want to say Very or I've just gone into a dingy dungeon.
Another question. What's the worst optimized game you've seen on this series of Xboxes?
I mean, this is pretty bad. I mean, this game hits about 15 frames a second. And I can't turn the detail down, and I can't tend to run at 1080. So it runs at 4K at about 15 frames a second.
Nice.
Okay, I found it too.
Are you in the
Dingy
workshop
dungeon.
thing, yeah?
It's
The
like a
dingy
little,
dungeon.
well.
Yes, I've got
Oh,
a
dungeon,
well full of gold.
Adam, check out my hat. What the hell's this? Me
Right,
and my reindeer are...
I'll look at your hat after we've killed all the.
You are one with your reindeer.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
my
I think
reindeer are one.
I think Max might actually have a worse hat, and I think mine might be worse still. Now, are you a mimic?
Ducky. Mine's a nice hat, Ducky.
Well, let me turn off my map and let me zoom in. Come and stand next to me.
The funniest part of that bundle to me from game is if you managed to buy that and it arrived, you could like resell just the console for about as much as the bundle cost, so you just keep the free shit.
Great, so I'd have a brand new
what we used to buy it,
Xbox
though.
One controller, nothing to use it on.
Oh, you can plug it into a PC.
Well, yeah, I've already got one of those.
Lucky team.
So my
Or don't plug it in.
my I remember I contacted for tech support my controller, and they went, yes, we'll send you another one, and then they're like, but we're out of stock. Okay.
So what do you do now?
They'll have some stock in a couple of weeks. I'm like, okay.
What? So what was wrong with your controller?
When I
Or-
pull the left trigger, the right trigger, the left analog stick goes up.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, then I found other people complaining about it, so I was like, okay, contact them. But then they were like, talking about it. Like, I sent them a video of it, and so they said, on your Xbox, and you're like, this is not on my Xbox. It might work fine on the Xbox, but it's broken on at least 2 different PCs. So, sort it out. No, Schalke, I don't think you understand. They have access to an item that is in great demand, but they have no ability to sell that at a markup because they are an official reseller. So what they do is they sell you stuff that you don't want at an
Bonus
enormous markup. Like a controller for 55 quid. Or t-shirt and a crap headset for 50 quid.
Great system, 10 out of 10.
Did I ever tell you the time I bought my Xbox? Might be my Xbox One X. Now, what game did I buy with it? I specifically bought a game with it, but I can't remember the game. So pick a good game for the Xbox. Let's say Diablo. Save Pokemon.
Burnley.
So I went
Oh.
into game and I bought an Xbox and I bought Diablo with it. And they were like, there's a bundle though, because you can get a free game if you buy this bundle. And I'm like, but the bundle's more. And he goes, no. Because EA are sponsoring this, so if I got the bundle with my console and I bought FIFA, I could then get a free game. So I got FIFA with the bundle and any free game, which saved me money. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I said, can I trade in FIFA? He goes, yep, and it's a brand new game, so it's worth full whack. So EA knocked about £100 off the price of my console, and I didn't end up with FIFA in the end.
Stonks.
Oh yeah, because I think I end up buying FIFA in mine as well. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want FIFA. I'm not going to play that.
But yeah, it was just the way he went. I went, can I trade it? He goes, yeah, absolutely. Brilliant, I'll do that then.
It always amuses me that like they always have like a segment for stuff like FIFA, like Game Award shows, because all the people there are so obviously not into FIFA.
Are you not into FIFA?
Even everyone's into FIFA, surely.
It's a pretty unbelievable amount of penetration.
Oh no,
there.
I don't disagree, but the people that tend to go to the Game Award shows aren't usually people that play FIFA.
Well, I'm sure some of them are.
I'm sure some of them probably are, but like, when you watch like it's not this year because there wasn't a crowd for obvious reasons. But like in previous years, you'd have like a massive crowd like cheering and shit, and then the FIFA presentation would go on. You have like one guy in the back like, "Woo!"
Didn't the Lotus just win literally all the awards this year?
Didn't the what?
The Last of Us 2.
I don't know. I'll have a look actually. Let's have a look.
I think it won like 14 awards or something, or got nominated for 14. I'm like, okay. I mean, we were robbed one year because we didn't get best use of licensed music in a computer game. What game did? Rock Band. And we're like, yeah, but wait, hold on, that's not fair. That doesn't make any sense.
That's not best use. That's like most obvious use.
Well, yeah, but we're like, yeah, it was. They weren't doing anything different original. It wasn't the first rock band on the market by any means. You know, the Guitar had been out quite a while. So it was a bit of a weird requirement. We're like,
Let's have a look. 2020 winners. Who won stuff? I don't even remember.
most woke game, Last of Us.
Game of the year, Last of Us 2.
Last of Us 2, yeah. Like, really? Really?
I mean, the other nominees were Doom Eternal, Ghost of Tsushima.
I heard Doom Eternal's pretty shit.
Final Fantasy VII, Hades, and
Help!
Animal Crossing.
Help! I'm being attacked by a giant midget.
So it's just a normal sized person.
No, it's not. You'll see what I mean when you get here. It's a giant midget.
It's such a weird thing to give out, like, Game of the Year, because they're all so different in, like,
Yeah.
genre.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you compare these? It's like me comparing, like, football
Badly.
and cricket. or
I mean,
something.
genuinely, Doom Eternal is unbelievable sound, unbelievable rendering technique, unbelievable art, a surprisingly deep story. Last of Us, on the other hand, bobbles along at 30 frames a second, then it's just choose all these different dialogue options, and then there's some stuff about she's a lesbian now and she wasn't in the first one, and everyone's
Oh my
like,
god!
so woke.
Best Game of the Year award.
So I'm like,
Yeah, as much as I loved Hades, it's pretty much just here because they have the obligatory one indie game.
ooh. More
Like,
damage.
Every year there's one indie game that gets nominated for Game Awards and then for Game of the Year. It doesn't win, and then it wins Indie Game of the Year anyway.
I might have mentioned this when I was so I was a BAFTA judge for 1 year for music, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I think you did.
we put Journey and Thomas Was Alone in just because we mostly felt it was unfair that if we were being fair, Blizzard would have won with Diablo, then they would have come second with Warcraft, and then third would have been Call of Duty. The music on those games is so much better than indie games, but we're like, well, of course it is. I mean, Blizzard have their own orchestra, for heaven's sake.
Yeah,
You know,
they have money for this shit.
yeah, so we were like, how are we supposed to score this? They're obviously better, but are they?
Different categories.
Yeah, but in the end, someone was actually. I was well out of my depth. I can sort of pull off my way with music, but they're like, well, actually, you'll notice that all the different chord changes in this thing actually link through to the different stages of the character development. I'm like, oh, I hadn't noticed that. I was just like, wow, the Blizzard stuff sounds really good.
I'm just scrolling through this now. Best Game Direction had pretty much the same nominees, except they replaced Doom Eternal for Half-Life Alyx.
Really?
And Last of Us 2 on that, naturally. Yeah. Best narrative, same again, but replaced Half-Life Alyx for 13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim, whatever the fuck that is.
I've never heard of. What is that? One game or two games you just listed?
That's one game. It's a colon between.
13 games, Aegis Rim.
13 Sentinels, Aegis Rim.
This sounds like a weird sex thing.
But yeah, Last of Us 2 won that again. So best narrative, Last of Us 2.
But best action game? Surely not The Last of Us.
No. I'll scroll down to the best action game. Oh look, Hades won best indie because it got nominated for Game of the Year. Shocker. Where's best action? Best action was won by Hades. The other ones were Doom Eternal, Half-Life Alyx, Neo 2.
Sorry. Hades is a better action game than Doom Eternal. Well, that's the Eurogamer crew right there, isn't it?
I mean, I won't say it's bad, but yeah, I probably agree that Doom probably is better in terms of action.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those, it's hard to say it's not, but on the flip side, it also has a budget of 10,000 times more.
Yeah. It's a weird one. It's like, they're also different genres, right? So like,
Yeah. I do find that a lot of these, sometimes they want to not just give it out to the AAA, they want to have the indie darlings to have things. Oh, Crash Course has just turned up in the south of my map.
I'm pretty sure was it...
Yeah, I think I'm about to log off anyway.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure the Among Us devs won something, and their like interview was the most wholesome thing ever. They were like crying, and then the next one you have some bloke in his 40s sat at a desk just deadpan like talking about the game. And you're like, oh, okay, you can tell which one was genuine.
So, dear Among Us devs, are you going to be able to afford to do your art in something other than MS Paint?
I feel like people kind of like it though. I don't know.
Now, people like the game, so therefore they will forgive it being shit in a number of ways.
Yeah.
If your choice is make it look like MS Paint or don't, no one will go, oh yeah, MS Paint, absolutely, that's what I will prefer.
I wonder if
I mean,
Valheim will win awards this year.
I don't disagree, but I think there is, in some ways, a certain charm to that kind of weird art style. But it's like, I don't disagree that it's not necessarily like good art.
Good, because it's not. It's the opposite of art.
What, fart?
No,
Nice.
it's a meme. Ooh, there's a big texture here. I've not seen that before. Ah, it's Crash Course, level 8.
I'm pretty sure like some memes around Among Us are based on like the art being kind of bad. Like that, like isn't like the main meme of Among Us that like people see the shape of the Among Us character in everything.
The main meme for Among Us is definitely just the word sus.
That is also true.
Okay, there's a boss here, Max. I'll wait for you.
Thank you. I'm just picking up the loot you guys left behind.
Well, we have our own loot.
Alright, well, I'm picking up the loot that you dropped for me.
No, it's your loot.
Yep, I know. You get what I mean, though.
Oh, the loot. Yeah, the loot that appeared because I killed mobs. You weren't. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm assuming I should collect these metal deposit bits.
Yeah, I don't know anyone who's more nerdy about old games than me.
Right. Good night.
Right. Is this mob respawned? Let's go engineer.
Oh god, Adam, I can't believe you messaged me my wife.
My wife.
That's the best thing.
Yeah, there's another game, and it was who did Vaccine? Vaccine. It was another game like Vaccine, and it had circles and spheres in it, and it was something about bouncing balls around.
How do I search vaccine?
Vaccine Amiga.
Amiga.
I also linked it in the chat. Yes, Vaccine with an X.
Oh, okay, I see. Moby Games?
There's Vaccine 99. I use just Google Vaccine Amiga long play. Yes, Repton. Yeah, Repton 2, 3. Yes, used to play this on the BBC. We borrowed a BBC from school and school holidays to learn or work on. No, we played games.
Back in my day.
That's very weird. His animation on his chain is very low frame rate.
Ooh, yeah, it is. That looks really odd.
Yes, because they've not. It's just showing the keyframes.
Yeah.
Why would you want to do it not using Unity? My goal when I write games is to write a game, not to make my life as hard as possible. Which is why I was laughing at you going about linked lists. I'm like, just use STL. Don't write your own linked list. No matter what language you're in, never write your own one. Gonna make a car.
What's a linked list?
Well, no, I mean, it's like if you're making a car. You might make your own car, cool, but you wouldn't make your own tyres. You just buy tyres from somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, don't reinvent the wheel, quite literally in that example.
But the more I see, like, educational shit, like on my course, I see so much stuff that just preaches epic now. I probably just
Unreal.
marketing, but like, yeah.
That's because Unreal give it away for free to universities. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But, I mean, realistically, if you're entering the AAA world, Unity and Unreal are both useless skills. If you're in the mid or indie tier, sure. But AAA companies do not use Unity. Yeah, they'll all be in-house engines.
Yeah, in-house engines. I think from what I've seen from application stuff, is usually C++.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, most commercial games are still C++. Like large ones, smaller ones, sure. Unity, Unreal, C#.
Yeah, I've mostly learned C#. I should probably learn some C++ at some point. It's probably a useful thing to.
If you know C#, C++ is only a little bit different. There's a few rules, and once you've got those, it's mostly the same. Only everything is much harder, and string handling will quite happily delete everything on your computer if you're not careful.
From what my brother's told me, isn't it something to do with memory allocation or something that's different? Or is
Yeah, there's no garbage. You have to deallocate everything yourself.
Right.
That's what I mean about there's not a lot different, but the stuff that is different you need to get right. String handling is an absolute unbelievable pig in C++. Which free engines use C++? I don't know. Don't care either.
I think Unreal does, right? Or does it not?
Unreal does use C++, yeah. But, I mean, honestly, at this point, there is very little chance I'll use anything other than Unity or a bespoke engine.
Yeah.
I mean, Max, we're taking a while to kill the bosses and things, but they're very, very easy, aren't they?
Do you tend to prefer Unity or the bespoke engine then? I guess it depends.
Oh god, Unity! Oh my god, a bespoke engine is always a nightmare. Like the tools are always rubbish. It's always full of weird restrictions and bugs.
I don't think that's that interesting more bits. That makes sense. It pushes people to try and use their software.
Mortar car and flamethrower car always gains their endurance bonus. Always gain their endurance bonus. And do not spend endurance. I don't know what that is, but I shall equip it.
I imagine it's something to do with health or something, right?
I think endurance is how much it runs. Like how long it runs for.
Okay, Max, so looking at previous weeks for the COVID deaths thing. So previous Mondays, for 25th January, 1,200. The week after that, 1,100, 890, 657, 480, 314, 206, 145, and 85 last week. So it dropped by 79% since last week.
There you go.
More bits. They waived the 5% submission fee. 5% of what? What? Oh man, I'm gonna have this cat. Looks like Dora, and it has zoomies. Brilliant. I'm just gonna rename it to Dora.
Wow, I've got a pet eagle.
Zoomies.
Swap Pancho for Dora. Yes, I will. At their discretion, Epic may reduce your.
Where's the loot?
There's a chest on the left and a chest on the right. Chest on
Big
chest.
chest, nothing in it.
They may reduce your what, sorry?
They may, at their discretion, reduce the 30% royalty fee. Did you get you got the pet though? Yeah, I don't know why you didn't get it's a little cat with a backpack.
That looks funny, doesn't it?
Your dog's got reindeer antlers. That's brilliant.
Ah, little puss.
But wait, that's not the Epic Store waive 5% submission fee. You're saying that Epic will waive 5% of the licensing fee if you launch on Epic. Go to Travail Point. All right, I will. I think my issue with this game more than anything is it's way too easy. We should have had our arse kicked 10 times and dropped the difficulty 4 times by now. And
Highest difficulty still.
it's the highest difficulty, yeah. But it just feels oh my word! Look at the frame rate there. Chug 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 chug. Wow! But it still says 60, but that's definitely a lie. How can your renderer be that bad?
Good job on rescuing our officers. It appears that Yapper is behind this farce. As usual, I have panic demanding one.
Talk to Yapper. I mean, I would, but... Well, what's the gameplay of the game got to do with the engine it's written in? It's just the people who write it. I said there's 4 people going about, oh, Unreal looks better, Unity looks better. I'm like, it makes exactly the same. If you shove the same texture and the same shader into different engines, they look exactly the same.
Yeah, I think the thing is like...
But it's very simple. By default, Unity ships with a default scene with all the effects off. Unreal ships with a default scene with all the effects on.
Which is why a lot of like 3D modelers and stuff tend to use Unreal, because it's just easier to throw their thing into it.
Yeah, but I mean, it takes all of 10 seconds to turn the graphics up in Unity. I mean, it's literally just click done. The problem is, lots of people, they don't bother. So you end up like, I've seen like demo scenes going, here's my stuff I did on Unreal. I'm like, on Unity, I'm like, turn the shadows on. It's a tick box.
Yeah, you gotta make your stuff idiot proof, apparently.
We can have up to 50 pets. Sweet.
Not at once, unfortunately.
$50.
I've got tons of common golden retrievers, so I want to get rid of them. Release
Do
them, I
you
suppose.
do you even use the potions? You have 20 a lot.
I'm using potions, yes, but I am go to Firebelly Stronghold. Okay, I'm using them much less fast than I am picking them up.
Yeah.
I don't wish to sweat my pet, so
20 seems like a very large cap as well. How much do they heal you?
Don't know. I don't need to worry.
Fair enough.
Show
B
map.
press button, B heal, engage monkey.
No, I mean the thing. I've not really had to worry about it.
okay, that's weird. So I tried to go into Firebelly Village and it wouldn't let me. I had to go back one.
Yeah, I don't think we picked up the waypoint here. You can teleport to me though. And for some weird reason, if I say show map, show overlay map, it's not showing me anything at all. So that's going to make this quite hard. I can use the top map, but not the overlay map. What am I streaming at? Oh, I'm only streaming at... I am streaming at 60, okay. But yeah, for me, I probably dropped from 75 to 60, so I get judder. Just running around the edge of the map here, trying to find the Firebelly Stronghold. Hey, Zero, how you doing? Minehead Overlook. Yeah, overlay map's just not working. How weird.
Oh, mine's working.
Well, maybe can you see it then?
I don't know what I'm looking for in terms of icon.
We're trying to go for. Well, you're looking for the text. Firebelly Stronghold.
Minehead Overlook. Sorry, isn't it? Oh, hold on. This joins up to there. Oh, look. That's cool. Hello. Didn't know that joined up. And there's the X-rated workshop. Rail point. Am I going backwards or forwards here?
I don't know. Oh, there's like a village here. How did you get a cold? How has anyone got a cold? I haven't been ill in like a year because I haven't seen anyone. And when I have gone out, I've stayed the hell away from them.
Yeah.
Way level 11.
Nice. I
Excellent.
don't know what I'm looking for, to be honest.
I don't either. Firebelly Stronghold.
No, in terms of the waypoints.
Firebelly Stronghold. we might not have found it yet. Don't forget.
No.
Yeah, I mentioned this. So every year, quite a lot of children in the US die from flu. Flu is a particularly nasty disease, and it's usually in the sort of 300 to 700 mark. Do you know how many children in the US have died from flu in the last year?
None.
One.
Just one.
Just one. Literally just one.
Unlucky son.
Well, I mean, it shows quite how effective the lockdowns have actually been, and what an enormous humanitarian disaster it would have been if we had just ignored COVID. And if we take what we've currently got and multiply it by 500, that becomes World War II levels of deaths in a year. Yeah, you see, Zero. Now, there's a term for that. Now, what is it? It's only been recently we've proven that getting the chills or getting wet and cold does not give you pneumonia. It can't. It doesn't spontaneously generate bacteria or viruses. There's a term for this, and I forgot what it was. But yeah, this is the sort of thing my mum would believe. It's like, oh, if you go out somewhere,
Yeah, getting before you catch a death of cold.
yeah, but you can't. You have to catch a cold from something or someone. Oh, the question mark's just turned up. Did you find it?
No?
Here we go. I found it. If you just teleport to me.
Okay, bear with.
Overgrown Trek. Uh, 1940s, 1950s, I think. Reasonably recent.
What's recent? Sorry, I just missed
The if you go out, if you're in a hot place and you're just running around with shorts and t-shirt and you go out to a cold place, you can get pneumonia, and you can't because that's not how infections work. You have to have a virus or a bacteria that causes you to become ill. You don't just become ill through the cold. Yeah.
I mean, if that was how it worked, there's crazy people in Russia that like jump into like ice pits would die very, very quickly.
Yes. Well, I probably would too, but only of.
Wim Hof. This crazy person like jumping into ice pits. But the Wim Hof method, very good.
I mean, you can die from things like thermal shock. There are ways to die from that,
Just
but
massively jumping into an ice pit. Right?
yeah, but not from a cold or pneumonia.
Yeah.
There are ways
I mean,
to
no,
die
you're a
from
catcher of
lots
death of
things.
cold. I'm like,
See you tomorrow, Morbits.
What do you think is the best and worst way to die?
The best way to
best
die.
way to die.
Chased off a cliff by a bunch of roller scaling topless teenagers. That reference is probably before your time, Morbits. It's from the Monty Python film, The Meaning of Life.
See, but you started that sentence. I thought you were going to go like a Looney Tunes kind of shit,
It's
like the Roadrunner kind of thing. Off a cliff.
I plan to die in the great power cut of the year 5700 when my futuristic robot body finally gives up.
Do you think we'll see stuff like that in our lifetimes?
Yours maybe, but I doubt mine. Maybe my lifetime for people as rich as Bezos.
I am curious with people with that much money if they'll actually manage to, make something within their time or not. Because like, it's only recently we've had people that are that rich, right? That's like ridiculous.
Yes, it's got a bit silly recently.
But I guess they're not putting everything into that kind of stuff, are they? Because that would be a big news. Then.
But there is a lot of tech. There's
Yeah.
a lot of tech.
Yeah, but I mean, stuff like
Computing power and all that sort of thing. It's not. It's a matter of just being able to read the mind and that.
Yeah, well, I mean, so,
Basically the
well,
content.
for example, Bezos is rich enough to hire a whole succession of people, let's say 365 different people, and each day one of those people donates 8 pints of blood to him and they flush out all of his blood every day. He's rich enough to do that for the rest of his life. I'm not necessarily saying that would affect your lifespan, but it probably would, but I don't really know. But if that is an option, they are that rich, and that is not something that people have been rich enough to do.
Yeah. I think the most interesting thing I've seen, like, I looked some of this stuff up at one point just out of curiosity, like, to do with, like, longevity research, and, like, you don't really die from old age.
No, there's no such thing as dying from old age.
No.
No.
You just get weaker and weaker and die of a cold.
Yeah,
We
or,
don't
or your heart gives up, or you have a stroke, or something. You don't die from old.
Well-
Same way you don't die from COVID. COVID makes you
We-
die.
so-
COVID lets something else kills you.
Well, the thing is most of the time it's not necessarily your cells getting weaker per se, but they're over time
Lazier.
more likely to fail in reproducing properly.
Yeah, copying
And
issues.
yeah.
Well, the classic
And-
thing is where your body lets you down, but your brain's still active. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I used to work in nursing home.
or the opposite in my
Horrible,
case.
really.
I think the main one of these is which leads to dementia, I think, because like brain cells, because they stop reproducing quite early in the human lifespan, in like the 20s or something. Right?
All your cells stop reproducing properly in your 20s.
Well, no, because they don't like they're not replace themselves for life. For example, skin cells they replace themselves and stuff like that. It's
Yeah,
not like-
but it's the old thing. All the cells in your body replace themselves every 7 years, and it's like, no, they don't. On average, all your cells in your body replace themselves every 7 years, but a lot of cells in your brain never replace themselves, and your skin replaces itself about every 4 weeks, some of them.
Yeah.
So, yeah, on average, it's every 7 years. But that's not how averages work.
Yeah, it's amusing to think that your body is kind of a ship of Theseus scenario.
Well, apart
In
from
a
your
way.
brain cells.
Apart from your brain. Although, arguably, that might be when you're growing up.
But yeah, we've all seen WandaVision. We all know what you're talking about.
Well, this is something we talked about before WandaVision. Like,
I know. I reckon they're cribbing off our stream.
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
on to you, John Favreau.
I didn't want to see who John Favreau was until it was like credited him with it, and it was the behind the scenes how they make making of and that sort of thing.
Yeah, he's
I
happy.
was like, oh, it's happy out of
Yeah.
Iron Man. Oh, that's
Yeah.
who he is.
Yeah, he's a great cameo there, and I love that he set himself up with Aunt May, which is brilliant.
Well, that was.
Aunt May, Spider-Man's aunt. John Happy is dating Aunt May in the MCU.
Oh right, I didn't know that.
A lot of people credit him and I think it's one of the other directors with essentially like I don't want to say like saving, but like rescuing like a lot of the Star Wars stuff, like the animated series. Like they basically
Yes, I've heard that some of the animated Star Wars stuff is really good, but I've not seen any of it, so I can't comment.
well, it's a bit of a weird one because I think so. The Clone Wars TV show obviously is set between 2 and 3,
Yeah.
but that's like it's essentially in chunks of 4 episodes, where each 4 episodes is like an arc.
Uh-huh.
Which
Just like
focuses
Doctor
around
Who then.
different- No, yeah, but not in that way. They focus around different characters. It doesn't follow one main character.
Alright, so like Snowpiercer then.
I've not watched Snowpiercer, but sure. So, like for example, like I think like one of the first mini arcs just follows like a
Mr. Bean.
or like a group of like 4 or 5 clone troopers that are completely random clone troopers. But then you
I
realise.
did enjoy
that, like,
Mandalorian. I thought that was good.
Yeah.
Oh, Mandalorian was... This is what I mean when I say that we are in a very much a golden age of television, where Mandalorian is not a once-in-a-lifetime event. It's kind of a once-in-6 months type event, which is just unheard of until now.
If nothing else from the Clone Wars, I recommend you watch like the last 4 episodes because together they're essentially a movie. That's like
Yeah, no, I they're somewhere on my to-do list. I've just finished watching Superstore today, and I'm watching Job Lot, I think it is. So I just have a screen on.
Superstore?
Superstore. I watched like all 7
you want
seasons
Superstore?
in the last week. But it just runs up on a second screen, so while I'm working, it's just there bibbling
Hey,
away.
oh.
And I pay a little bit of attention.
Do you care about spoilers at all for that show, by the way?
For what?
The
Superstore?
the
Well, yes,
Star
because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, fair.
Everybody dies.
That's not true.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
R2-D2's not dead.
Everybody's dead, Dave.
No, R2-D2's not. The Force isn't. And the Force ghosts aren't. Well, maybe they are. But yeah, my character's just standing there doing one animation over and over and over, and nothing's attacking me. I'm just holding down the fire button. Whereas Diablo, you can't stand still. You've got to constantly move. Diablo 3, constantly move and evaluate stuff.
Why do you chose a range class?
Well, I chose one with a train.
Choo-choo.
Which is awesome and wonderfully animated. I do love it.
You've got 3 weapons on that train as well. That's pretty cool.
Yes. Well, they've got different cooldowns, but there's only 5 different characters in total. You can only have 3 at once. Oh, yeah.
What?
So you have to choose if you want flamethrower, shield, cannon, or mortar.
Yeah, get my new skill here. Skills.
The Imperial Hating Company.
You know what I'm curious about, the Star Wars wise, is I wonder if they'll ever pull what they did with the Emperor, but for Mace Windu, because he was never actually shown dead on screen.
Samuel Jackson, I can tell you for nothing, will act in anything that will pay him.
Yeah, I mean he voice acts in the animated one, I'm pretty sure. So,
Yes, I'm sure.
but I guess that's obviously in the timeline before that. So.
I guess I don't feel very much connection with this game. I feel like I'm watching it. And I'm only doing. Whereas they say Diablo 3 is so you just can't stand it. You've got to constantly move around and use your crowd control skills and attack skills. Whereas I'm now
engaging, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm over halfway through the progression in this game now. I'm level 11 at 20.
Once you're 20, it's like finish.
Well, you've unlocked all the skills. I mean, you put more points into it. You've unlocked all the skills by that point.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I think I would like on this is a DPS meter. Because I'm here going 2, 3. Is my DPS gone up? Has it gone down? I don't know. My skills aren't very satisfying, so you're going to have to give me, you know, hard numbers instead. It's not bad. I mean, you know, it's not a bad game in anyone's. It's just a bit.
It's an also ran, isn't it?
It just does seem hard. Does seem harsh.
It does seem harsh, but it seems unremarkable. It's like it
Yeah.
does everything to a reasonable level, but it's just okay.
But the weird thing is, there are so few games in this genre. I mean, there's this, Grim Dawn, Path of Exile, Diablo 3. I can't think of any more. I mean, Titan Quest and Dungeons. I mean, they used to be like, you know, Dungeons Siege 1, 2, and 3, and Titan Quest and things. But, you know, those are our no longer current games. But it seems weird that it's a massively undersubscribed genre. And we've just got Torchlight 1, 2, and 3, and Diablo 1, 2, and 3. Path of Exile, Grim Dawn, Torchlight, Grim Dawn, Titan Quest, and I can't think of anything else. I can't think. I think Inquisitor might be one. And that does go on big sales sometimes. That's a Games Workshop ARPG. But I don't know if it's any good.
I can't buy that one, yeah. It looked interesting. I don't know if it's good. I guess, like, the question is, would you be able to make one that's better than one that's on the market or come up with something different?
Well, set it with laser guns and spaceships and you're already halfway there, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess so.
But then aren't you at the risk of running various intrusions into other people's intellectual property?
Well, no, don't have, you know, lightsabers.
Wars,
Yeah, but you...
Destroyer, Space Harrier, Space...
Yeah, but the point is, I mean, this is just generic steampunky mobs. I'm fighting orcs and goblins and things. Whereas... Oh, I've just got into a dungeon portal, by the way. One spawned, then I clicked on it.
Alright, hold on.
But I mean, things like this is quite good. You get these random dungeons that spawn. That's quite cool. But, eh. But I would like to say what I could do to improve this. Now, what would I do differently? And I'm kind of going, The thing is, it's technically solid. It's well balanced. It looks pretty good. It runs acceptably, I'll say. But it's quite hard to read all the graphics. There's an awful just lot of clusterfucky stuff going on. And I don't have to move very much. I just stand there and go, I'll press my boost buttons every so often. Or maybe this is just supposed to be more casual than Diablo 3, I guess. Which in turn is much more casual than Path of Exile.
Talk over it and eat pizza and play one-handed sort of thing.
Well, I mean, with a train, I guess I could, but I wouldn't do a lot of damage with just one hand.
Yeah, I guess like Path of Exile was sort of the other direction, right?
Yeah.
It's super complex skill tree crap.
Yeah, which is...
Well, it was a novelty. I didn't get very far with it, but it was definitely a novelty.
No, it's
still,
good,
you know.
it's good. I enjoyed it.
But it does hate you.
There are too many other games out there for a game to demand too much of my time. It should offer time if I want it, but not demand it from me. If that makes sense. I mean, I think I would say that with Valheim. Like, there's an awful lot in Valheim, or you can just sort of rush your way through it. So if you want to, there's plenty there to do, and if you don't want to, you can just poop sock and just rush the 5 bosses in a couple of evenings. Yeah, but do you see what I mean? It's not bad. In anyway, there's nothing bad about this game. There's just nothing unremarkable. We're on the hardest difficulty. I haven't died once. I've been knocked down a couple of times, and I do mean a couple. Mostly this difficulty seems to be about bosses with way too many health points.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it really hard. You just have to sort of...
Well, he doesn't heal, so it just makes it tedious. The last boss in Doom Eternal heals, and I hate it so much. Thankfully, Reddit entirely agrees with me that that last boss is a complete dick. Like, oh no, the boss charged me and I'm burning and my health apparently didn't move. Yeah, but see, part of Exile Zero, I mean, it's nice that there is enough player base to give them that time. I don't have the time to spend, even after a couple of 100 hours, I feel I should have pretty much mastered the game. Oh god, Max, we're really not doing very much damage to this. So you're using all your skills?
Yeah.
It's someone that's played Dota a couple 100 hours.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. A game should be easy to pick up, hard to master.
That's fair.
Which is a very difficult thing to do, but a very simple thing to say. What's the game? Wipeout's a good example. Anyone can get around a track in Wipeout, but try getting it to like wave 50 on pure mode is just unbelievably hard. Oh, Doug, are you joking me? Doug says, I think the difficulties only changes their enemies' health amounts. That would explain why
Well,
we're...
if you put on easy and we rattle through the game.
Yeah, but we can't put difficulty back up. I'm not sure I care, so I just turn the difficulty down.
It's like, this difficulty doesn't make it harder, it just makes it tedious. You just turn it down
Yes.
because it's not worth doing.
Well, I mean, I think the loot was better. It did say, I think.
This is annoying though.
Contract, map, social. Oh, whoopsie. See, I have died. I wasn't paying any attention. Matt, you come and stand in my circle when you get a chance. Don't die.
You know, the fact you have to like completely not pay attention to die on the hardest difficulty.
Well, so Kohaka, let me just run through what you said. Skyrim's like that. Difficulty just takes it 50 hits to skill, 50 hits to kill something, and you die instantly. So it does buff their damage. And this, they don't seem to have a damage buff. Just a massive health buff.
Yeah, as much as it's a pain in the ass to try it, like I think like something like Terraria, that's a lot harder.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The hardest difficulty should just laugh at you unless you have enormous amounts of time in the game and you're super, super, super skilled at it.
Oh my good dear.
Like I've not beaten the Moonlord on Master, but me and some mates, I think our record was like I think we just beat Skeleton Prime on Master, and that's pretty hard.
That's a bit unhelpful, Yaziriel. Enemies will have increased health pools and damage. Well, increased by how much? More. Well, I got that. I mean, I'm doing like 2, 2, 6 on a crit, 8, 3, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 8, 6.
They have really high armor.
Alright. I mean, I can fire off my blood fireballs. Which sometimes fire in the wrong direction, apparently. There we go. Oh no, I'm down to 17 health potions. What am I going to do?
What a shame. 20 health potions does seem excessive.
If I don't dodge him, he does hurt. I lose like 60%. I mean, I haven't even bothered with my gear or any skill points or anything. I've just been going, yeah, whatever.
Oh, well.
I've got about 6 skill points I haven't bothered spending, as there's been no point.
Honestly, maybe reducing the number of health potions you get in higher difficulties would be a good balancing point.
Well, no, you can go back and buy them.
Oh, but yeah, I mean,
Send the dog to buy them.
Yeah.
decreasing the maximum cap is what I mean, though. Not
Yeah,
the current.
I'd be curious if it is. I mean, if this is... So Diablo 3 made a quite conscious decision with the high difficulties. The enemy health goes up much, much faster than the enemy damage. Because the point was, it's not fun to stack defense, but it is fun to stack offense. Whereas this, I haven't had a chance to stack any clever gear. I've also got mobs here that are dead and I can still target them.
I think being a tank can be fun, but like you can't be a tank on your own. It doesn't really work, or at least not that well. It just becomes tedious if you try and tank solo, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you look at Vaccine, by the way?
I had a quick Google.
Yeah. But my point is that's what I mean. That sort of level of very simple. I mean, that was a commercial AAA game at that point. My hand is cramping up from just holding down the A button as well constantly.
It's a potentially like weird question actually. Do you think you'll ever beat Fortress Craft sales, or do you think that's your peak?
No way. It was the 7th best-selling game on the Xbox 360. What are the chances of me beating that? I mean, seriously.
Pretty low, yeah. I mean, there's nothing stopping you from trying, I guess. So like...
Yeah, but I mean, people said, "Oh, you'll never beat Minecraft." I'm like, no, I'm happy to be number 2.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with not beating Minecraft. That game's insane.
Yeah.
In terms of sales.
But yeah, there's very little chance. I mean, that is a absolute outsider. I mean, Fortress Craft Evolved shipped about 150k units. Amputee, I would say 350,000 units, something like that. Less money. A Fortress Craft shipped less units at more money. But yeah, I have done 3 games that have done more than $1 million gross as a full-time as an indie dev. So that's pretty good. His health bar above him, don't look at the one on top, Max, just keep looking at the one just above him, because it looks a lot smaller than the one up at the top of the screen.
Yeah.
Time Warpers is way better than this too.
Oh, I'm getting bored of this. It's really tedious, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it works better with more people.
Well, not if it scales the health up. I mean, to be honest, there's almost no point in me hitting him. All my damage is from my train anyway. And I can only use that every 10 seconds. No, I've genuinely enjoyed Time Warpers. I really didn't think I would. I was like, I love the mix of incremental mechanics, prestiging mechanics, and real horde gameplay. So I've definitely got me 15 quid's worth out of that one.
Well, the other problem Brett's going to have is when he's faced with his dissertation or whatever, it's like, right, invent a new game sort of mechanic or new game thing. It's like, it's very
Oh
hard
no,
to
that's
do.
fine.
what
It's
you're gonna
it's
tough
dead
with,
easy,
isn't it?
dead easy to invent new game mechanics. Very simple. Ones that are commercially viable is the hard part.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
might have like a real howler.
Yeah.
Just,
No, I got approached
something.
by a company, and he was very delicate the way he described it, but I don't need to be. Essentially, they were mini games that you played at urinal while you were having a piss. So it had sensors to detect where you were pissing and a screen in order to control it.
Amazing.
And he's like, could you write this? I'm like, I can absolutely write it. But he was looking to get funding. I don't think you can beat Time Warpers, you serial. I don't think that's a thing. It just goes on forever until you get bored of playing it.
I don't think I've got a dissertation this year because it's a master's, not a degree, so I don't think it includes that in this case. I did do a dissertation in my degree though.
You're going for PhD then?
I mean, I could. I technically be qualified to start the PhD if I wanted to. Although I don't know how much people value a PhD and stuff to do with games design.
Very little.
I guess it wouldn't strictly have to be directed to game design. I could like branch out into like AI and shit like that if I wanted to.
So Martine, who you met today, he's worked on him with Fortress Craft, and I remember sometime after Fortress Craft came out, he was pissed off. So I think he spent 9 years at university. They did it a little bit different in Holland, and he's like, this was a total waste of time. He goes, no one cares at all about anything at the university. All they care about is I helped write Fortress Craft. And I'm like, yep. The moment you've got a game on your belt, your qualifications mean squat.
Yeah.
I mean, possibly not Eden, we'll see. But Eden should be pretty good looking. So, you should be able to point to it, with some, without being embarrassed.
Aplomb.
Fingers crossed. I mean, if it flops completely, maybe there is a bit of...
No one cares about how well it sells. They care about the bits you did, how good were they.
That's true.
How well a game sells is pretty much down to how much marketing it gets given.
Something I did mention to Ari actually, based on the contract he sent through, was whether or not I'm allowed to mention that I'm working on it in my like CV and shit, because it says like in the contract that you're not really meant to mention stuff about the game? It's more of an NDA style thing.
It's yeah. I mean, to be fair, again, it's a bit of a Chinese walls with that. You don't you talk about it in an interview, but no one in an interview would. If someone in an interview mentioned that you had worked on blah blah game and it wasn't public knowledge, you would take them to the cleaners. So yeah, it is discreetly mentioned. I worked on blah blah blah. I worked on unannounced blah blah blah.
Yeah.
God, look, how long did that boss go on for? Good, a hat. Well, I got a hat that gives me a whole bunch of fire defense. Why does that hat give me fire defense? That doesn't make any sense at all, does it? Oh, thank you for the follow, the Doig. Max, what's up with this hat? Why does it give fire defense?
It's a firefighter's hat, clearly.
Because it's special.
But it's the wrong thing. It should be cold defense. Oh, no free pet this time. But I did get a rain stopper. But like with Diablo, when Diablo 3 came out, I basically just didn't sleep for the weekend. Just going, I want to see what happened next. I want to see what's going on. And here I'm like, we killed another random boss and... Diablo did a good job of reminding you all the way through that you were working up towards ascending to heaven and defending heaven against the onslaught of the demons. And whereas this, I don't know what's going on. I mean, there were some cutscenes, but I didn't really care. So, yeah. I was pressing... I've got my mortar and my cannon. I mean, I can get more skills, but I am primarily focusing on my conductor tree, and I can't get any more to level 15. I've got my blood drinker tree, which is I've got a little bit. Might put 2 more points in that so it heals me, but I'm not really dying. And then I got Slammer, which I'm not really doing. So, yeah. Just, I don't know, just underwhelming, I think is my issue with it. I like it, but I want to like it more. Dungeon Defenders, I think, is a much better game in all respects over this. And it's not quite the same game. But that when you got a new gun, you're like, yeah, bring it level it up, and pew pew pew, and here like, oh, I got a new weapon. Also, I feel like I've got very sexy legs and skirt going on there. Slightly disturbing.
It's a kilt, you fuck.
It's not a kilt.
Right, I've enough.
Yes, that's fine. What are we doing tomorrow? Tuesday. We might be doing Terraria, otherwise...
TDD? Was that for Wednesday?
That's Wednesday. We might be doing Terraria, but I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually investigate doing the mod stuff. If not, I will find something low effort. Which is potentially just Wreckfest, because that works. I have to think about it. See, what the annoying point is, though, is the difficulty changes permanent. So I can't crank it up or down like you can in Diablo.
Yeah.
But you can crank it down within a run and then be up at the beginning of a run. But here, if I turn it down, it's permanent.
Stop you abusing it, I suppose.
Yeah. Oh, a speed shrine. Oh.
Right, well, I should say good night.
Nighty night.
Catch you later.
But the train's awesome. I just wish it got bigger. And the game was just about summoning trains that destroyed stuff for you.
Just read the limit then.
Yes, you get 5 carriages. You can choose any 5 from the 3. No, you can choose any 3 from the 5. I'm glad you like my sexy legs, Ezreal. Shaved special. I think that's it. It's the fact it looks like he shaved his legs.
Oh my god, I'm just scrolling through Tinder because fuck it, why not? But it just advertised to me that you can submit your Tinder profile to Love Island to try and apply to be on that show.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. Jeez.
And I mean, if you look how many mobs it's actually capable of drawing, that's impressive. Now, why doesn't the game always have this many mobs and just crank up the speed of stuff by a lot? I haven't bothered to get a movement skill yet. I probably should. I am sad though. I can't work out what is it about this game. It's just something is not engaging about it, and I'm might be because I didn't pay for it. I mean, there is a definite thing. If I pay 50 quid for a game, I will try very hard to get my fun out of it. Whereas this was free, sort of.
It kind of feels the same. Like, I don't want to say the same because I think Trove was a bit worse with it, but the same kind of issue Trove had, where it's like, yeah, this is okay, but
Yeah. I mean, I think Trove's issue at this one is give me a whole bunch of gear I don't need.
Yeah.
I got more gear, right? But I'm not really having a problem. It's just a bit boring to kill them. I mean, I could try switching out for a level 4, level 7, level 9. Yeah, I'll switch out there. So I've got a. That's a lot more damage, but I have to run up to them. And it's quite slow. So I'm doing 38 damage, not 6. But am I firing 6 times quicker? I don't know. I'm assuming Max wasn't using the wrong type of gear. Well, yeah, I mean, that is a lot of it. It is too easy. We purposely put it on the hardest difficulty because we've all played ARPGs before on the basis that it would, yeah, and then we would just turn it down when it got annoying. That is one of my concerns about Eden, of course, is we have no chance of balance. You can't have difficulty levels.
no. Not especially if it's multiplayer.
Well, in an MMO, yeah.
Yeah.
Like here, I mean, I've just held down the A button and fired off my secondary attacks. And then I just don't, let's see, it's just not picking these things up very quickly. There we go. I can't see any quests on the map either. Yeah, but this weapon is a lot better than my gun. No, I know what you mean. It has to. If it's too easy, it's not rewarding. If it's too hard, it's not fun.
That's why you have difficulty options, though. You can choose which one you want.
I think a lot of it is about artificial. Like NASCAR did this quite famously, one of the EA ones, and it was a bit unsubtle. But it would always, if you were losing, all the other enemy cars would slow down a bit. But it got to the point they overtuned it. So sometimes, like you could, in the last 2 corners, you could gain like 16 or 17 places on the track. But they're basically trying to make it so it always felt like a close race, because close races are interesting. Oh no, I've lost half my health. I better use up one of my 16 potions.
What a shame.
don't stand in the rocks. Then I've got a free fireball thing from the killing the named. I just think not as good as Wreckfest. I'd love to see a game. I'd love to see a car game like Wreckfest, something that's a bit silly, but with procedural items. So you're actually having very, very different cars. Because I mean, in Wreckfest, really, the best car and the worst car, it doesn't really make a lot of odds. But in a game like that, with just tons and tons and tons of cosmetic items, like Crossout, but not shit. Crossout's another one to unoptimized. It runs at 30 frames a second, 1080p. Then I got my Xbox One X upgrade, and it now runs at 30 frames a second and 4K. Okay, but I wanted the frame rate.
I feel like recently I keep like comparing myself to people of my age to see how I'm doing, and being like, oh fuck.
I mean, I do that. I mean, you get these immigrant posts going, I'm just buying my first house. Because I get to do one of those posts. I'm 45 and I've just bought my first house.
Do people your age tend to do that a lot?
No, oh no. This is the thing. Basically, my generation and younger struggles to buy houses. Or their parents bought them a house, basically.
Or they're renting and living month by month.
Yeah.
Which is, not ideal.
But essentially, I am one of the unusual ones that has bought a house quite late in life. Because the thing is, I can't buy like a little one-bedroom house. I have a lot of stuff. I have a home office. What would have been fine when I was 20 is not fine now. Did have one guy, by the way, when I said I'm going to have to stop Fortress Craft, says that, oh, you can make the petrol money go further if you move back home with your mum. I'm like, you've got to be joking me, right? Or you won't be paying rent. I'm like, well, firstly, my mum doesn't have the internet and doesn't have a house big enough to really take me. Like, wow.
I mean, it's not technically incorrect, but it's still not the best idea.
It's not incorrect, but it's a little bit, how unbelievably selfish are you? All you care about is that I'm going to continue to develop games, and you wasn't on a Patreon or anything like that. You just someone who goes, go back and live with your mum.
Yeah. I don't really know what my goals are yet for like doing game stuff yet in terms of what I want to do.
Well, I can tell you what mine were. I decided to release. I wanted to release a game, so I managed that. Then I'm like, okay. Then I want to release a top 10 game. Then I managed that. Okay. Then I want to release a million selling game. Then I did that. Then I wanted to sell a #1 game in Japan. Now that's hard. Then I managed that.
What game did that?
That Burnout 3. Burnout 3 also got an incredibly high Famitsu score. Then I wanted to. This was a tricky one. Work on a game that got toys made of it. Then I managed that one. Then I wanted to work on an arcade game, and I managed that one. Then I released my own million-selling game. So I'm like, I've kind of managed all of my my goals by about 30. So yeah, I'm all right.
Must be nice.
Luck.
I guess it's not all luck.
It was luck. Where you go to join, you've no idea how well the next game is going to do.
Yes, that's true. I don't know, I guess like in my head right now, I guess I have released a game, it didn't sell, so like, commercial success I guess is the next goal on something.
Well, that's why I defined it. I mean, I worked on the first Xbox Live game. I have worked on some extremely influential titles in my life, but only just down to luck rather than anything else.
Yeah.
Wow, I've got like 5 packs of named mobs here. Now this is becoming a bit of a struggle.
You are also on your own.
Yeah. Mostly it's when I'm looking down there for things where I'm looking at the fire.
Yeah.
But I can just kite them around in a circle. They're not clever enough to get behind me.
But yeah, I guess my goal so far is that one was release a game, did that. One was exhibit something at an event, did that. Went to EGX. next, just something being commercially successful. At some point, maybe.
What do you mean by commercially successful? Like making a profit?
Oh,
or-
I don't know. Just making a amount of money that's not zero. I mean, I got paid for that indie game that I released, but like, they didn't market it. They just released it on itch.io for free at the end
Uh-huh.
because they didn't have the money.
Yeah, that's fine. We put a game on itch.io. I don't think we've seen any money yet. We just did it for an experiment just to see.
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, some of the XSplit game devs, they would live in Thailand. Because for Thailand, 14 grand a year lets you live like a king.
I can see that. Yeah, I guess like commercial success is like a vague thing. I guess I'd say like getting to the point where maybe I can release something that would actually help me live off the money, kind of thing.
That's Trixie.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It doesn't.
Past that, I think it would be cool if at some point a project I work on gets to go to something like the Game Awards, because for some reason I like the idea of being proud enough of something that I've made that I can present it on a stage to people.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, I have won 5 BAFTAs for my work, and you know, Spike TV awards and things.
I get that they're kind of crap, but like, I don't know. I think it's kind of a nice. It sounds very egotistical, I guess, to have that as a goal in a way. But like, I don't know. I guess it's less for the publicity of it and more for the I've got to this point, I guess.
Yeah, Kohaka, I have had to explain to you before. I live in the UK, and the UK is an extremely expensive country to live in. And like saying to people, you know, how much my rent is? They're like, huh? I'm like, dude, I live up in the north. It's cheap up here.
Yeah.
Well, I just got a purple. Where is it?
What would you say the average is up north? Like, in like your area, I guess.
So, when I lived in Sheffield, for $5.50 a month, I rented a 4-bedroom semi-detached house with a garage and a drive. When I lived in Aldershot for £800, I got a 1-bedroom flat.
Yeah. Oh no, I was about to say. So I was looking at renting for going to uni because I went to uni in Farnham.
Uh-huh.
That was like $500-600 a month for like a 1-bedroom.
Yeah, no, it varies. It varies enormously. I'm in a really nice house now. It really is lovely, but it is quite expensive. But like, I don't have spare bits of the house really. You know, I as I said, I'm not 20. I need a bit more room than a 20-year-old, and you know, my Patreon money does not cover my rent.
Yeah, obviously right now I'm with my family, so I sort of have that, I guess, 20-year-old mentality of all my shit fits in my room.
Yeah, no.
And I don't need much more than that at the moment, I guess. So, in a way it's nice, but I don't know. Having my own place would be nice, but fucking expensive.
Yeah. +1 skill level to shotgun car. Cool. Well, I'm going to call it there, and I don't know if we'll ever come back. Maybe we will. Probably we won't. It's all right. Like, as a Game Pass game, great, go for it. As a free game, you know, as a game you would actually pay money for,
You like for free? Sure. Pay for it? Eh.
Yeah, but when it's free, I'd rather play something else. I'd rather pay money for a game I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. And a legendary. Battery RAM. Nice. Very clever.
A battery RAM? Is it just a battery?
That's it. It's cast any cooldowns called, gain a shock charge up to 3 times, cast pound, spend a shock charge, and blah, blah. I can't be bothered. Yeah, I think if we're going to come back to again, we'll just come back to Diablo 3. I am just curious, because I believe when I created a character, are you going to watch a cutscene when I create a character? You're not. Continue. Go with the Johnny 5 head, and then it will ask me my... No, wrong button. Sure. And will then ask me my difficulty. And I think it showed me the stats there. This is very cool. This is a lovely presentation. Then your character runs over, then you pick your pet, which you obviously choose the golden retriever. Oh, this is really nice. This is, yeah, here we go. Yeah, so ridiculous tells me 20% gear luck, 20% potion luck, and 50% monster move speed, but doesn't tell me the extra health. And why does it say visible to other players? On all of them. Yeah, in multiplayer, your shield level indicates to other players the lowest difficulty you have played this character. You may only be in a party with characters at the same difficulty level. In a kind of a... what? But yeah, because normal is what they recommend. We're at hard, painful, ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, possibly Terraria tomorrow.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I mean, if you decide you want to, I can set the mods up.
Yeah, but you've got to set the and don't we all have to download exactly the right thing, or is it pure server based?
So from last time I tried it, I downloaded all the mods myself, zipped them up, and put them on like a Dropbox for everyone to download. And you just drag them into your mods directory on the mod launcher, which you can download on Steam. And then I think for the server it's the same. You just drag it into the server files for the mod version of the server files.
Okay, well, assuming I'm not too busy, what we'll do is we'll look at this at like 8:30. If we can't get it working by 9, we'll sack it off and we'll play Wreckfest and we'll come back to it when we've got more time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Zero, I think we talked about PLA. I got a message on my phone earlier. I'm getting some sparkly glitter purple for my printer because it was on sale.
What?
Oh, yes.
Wait, is this for your 3D printer or for your regular printer?
For my 3D printer.
I'm not sure which is more terrifying.
I look forward to it. Anyway, well, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Terraria or Wreckfest or something else.